Hey, welcome back to another live stream. I'm so excited to have you all here. Today, we're going to be talking about the MCDC convention that I just got back from last night. Took me a while to drive home because I was tired of driving, and so I kept stopping. And turns out that just prolongs the inevitability of needing to drive again. So there we are. But anyways, got back last night. Fantastic event up in the Northern Virginia area, right around DC, hence the name MCDC, Marvel Champions in the DC area. Really fun. So we're going to be walking through kind of that experience, talking about it, discussing the different events, some of the different custom content that they made, showcase some of the alt art stuff that was handed out, and then dive into my thoughts around player versus player, because I did get to play, I want to say 6 to 7 PvP games. And so I have thoughts. Turns out I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, which is surprising because I really did not think it was going to be for me. So we're going to be talking about that. And then we're going to get in at least a game with Hulkling, potentially more, depending on our time. But yeah. What's up, Epic Beowulf? Hope you're doing well. Doing fantastic. So excited to be here. Happy to have you. How many games did I play? Ooh, that's a good question. I should have thought about that, or written them down. I think I probably played. My guess would be upwards of 20 plus would be my guess, and I played a 3-player game, a 1v1 head-to-head, but then after that all of them were 4-player games, so they were decently large games. Yeah, so close to me. I need to make time for that next year if they do it. I know that they are planning to do it again next year, and yeah, that's about all I know, but I do think that they are looking at figuring out ways to expand and have more space for next year. So I'm hoping I mean, it was at least 7. Yeah, seven PvP games. Yeah, so I probably played more than 20 now that I'm thinking about it, because we would get up, people would play in the hotel lobby before the Haraz Hobbies, which is the game store which it was held, was even open. They were playing like alongside breakfast and everything. We'd go over there. Haraz opened at about 10 a.m. and then we would play games until they closed later that evening. And then people would head back over to the hotel and play more games. And so it was just nonstop Marvel Champions. There were a couple other games being played here and there. Saw a couple of games of Star Wars Deck Builder being played. I played a game of Skulls of Cell Deck, which is just a really fun little pocket game from Button Shy Games. So there were a couple other games being played, but the majority of everything was Marvel Champions. It was good stuff. Did I see many Tigers and Hulklings? Less than I thought I would. I did see a decent bit, but I think like the first Con of Heroes that I ever went to, it was right when Nova and Ironheart, they came out together. Nova and Ironheart had just released, and those were all over the place. I did see a lot of them being played. I saw more Hulkling than Tigra being played. And yeah, they're fun. They're really fun to watch played. I played a lot of Hulkling. I played 2 games of Tigra. I built a PvP deck with Tigra, which I played 1 time, but it turns out it was just a really fun multiplayer deck as well. We'll talk about that one here as the stream goes on as well. But my second game I ever played with Tigra was a 4-player game where I built a PvP deck, and it worked. I think it worked better in multiplayer or like cooperative play than it actually did in the PvP. Need one of those cons to start a southern branch that I have a chance of attending. Yeah, do it yourself. Do it. If the time works out, I'll come. What's up, Mark? How's it going? Had a blast. It was so much fun. The noon start is nice for me. Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, I like it now because it's like I push the streams back to like it's 1 p.m. my time, noon, Central Time. But yeah, I push it back because now I actually get stuff done in the morning. Like I finished up one of my videos for my other company this morning, and when I start at 10 a.m. my time, it's just like an awkward amount of time where I don't actually feel like I have ever been productive during that time, and so I'm just trying out a new time slot. But I think I'm enjoying it. Right there with you. Florida con win. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Let's talk about the schedule of events. Actually, I want to show this off first. They gave a little name badge. Let's go top down. So they have like a name badge that they give to everybody that actually looks like one of the cards, and you got to write your name on it. A lot of people had like their tags and everything on it, or like their Discord usernames. But I thought this was a really clever name tag. Con of Heroes has like the "Hello, my name is" type things, but this is fun. I keep all of my con badges on a lamp that I hang them on, and so this one's gonna go onto the style. Do you know if mining dwarf is possible with the core set and dwarf starter? Yes, I think it is. Yes. How about the custom content? The custom content this year was incredible, and we will talk through what all that looked like, because there was custom content that they made, and like we played through the campaign, which was the first event of the entire session. The first official event, I should say. There's a lot of people playing even on Thursday before the con even started. But there were campaign battles, which had custom content, custom modular sets. There was like custom art, full art stuff that was being handed out, which looks amazing. I've got a couple of those that we'll show off after we go through the events. And then custom heroes, and then Sunday was actually just custom content day, so people were bringing different custom villains and heroes to play, and we got to see and like just experience a lot of creativity from the community, which was a lot of fun. But we started with the campaign on Friday, and the campaign on Friday was a lot of fun. And what I did like about this campaign was there was a incentive, not necessarily like a mechanical incentive, but like a environmental incentive to like move around and play with other people. It was encouraged to go play with more people, and so I liked that a lot. It was a 3-game campaign. The first one we could use any villain, and it was like an attack on the embassy, but they strongly recommended Civil War leaders in modular sets. And then there was a Doom Ascension mod set. So if you watched the video that I did a couple of weeks ago where I got to reveal a couple of cards from that modular set with some of the design team, we got to use that mod set in here where Dr. Doom is. I'm going to just pull him up. I am not tech savvy enough to put him on the screen right now, but I will talk through him out, or talk with him. But Dr. Doom is a 2/2 toughness steady villainous minion with 8 health. Now when he's defeated, each player gets to draw 2 cards and each identity heals 2 damage. But when he is defeated, there are ways, the Rise of Doom brings him. Okay, yeah. So at the end of the round, if Dr. Doom is not in play, so once you defeat him, there's a permanent side scheme that says go find him again and attach the God Emperor Doom attachment to him, which gives him a +1 attack. It does have victory, and he gains 5 hit points per player. So now instead of 8 hit points, Dr. Doom is sitting there in a 4-player game with 28 hit points, and it's a problem. And so that was really exciting to kind of play around with. It was intense. It was fun to try and figure out exactly how to deal with him, because it felt very similar to like a Thunderbolt minion where it's like, okay, this is now the main problem. We have to focus on that. And so I enjoyed that. It was nice meeting you at Haraz this weekend. MCDC was a blast. It was great meeting you too. Yeah, so many great people. There was, I think, over 80 people there. I want maybe even 100. It was a full event. It was exciting. And so that campaign, during that game, I played the Wasp Aggression deck, which is the overkill deck. And that worked out really well with the new spoiling for a fight card. Not spoiling, well, I had that in there too. But Savage Strike card, it gives +6 to a hero's basic attack. And Wasp in Giant form can spread out her damage based, or spread out her damage of a basic attack to anyone. And so we were able to spread that out, and then I used hand cannon to give her overkill and then follow through, and I was able to clear minions. And if I did 1 extra point of damage once I had my 3 follow throughs out, it was 4 extra points of damage on each instance of minion that I overkilled. And just it was a really fun build. That build has been around for a while, probably since hand cannon was put out in Galaxies, I believe. But the Savage Strike was a blast. It was really fun to do that. Then after we controlled the attack on the embassy, we went into the Amazon encounter where we played against Enchantress. And this one introduced a new mod set that they created. So with Enchantress, from Trickster Takeover, we have the Trickster Magic, or I don't actually quite recall what that... I think it is like Trickster Magic, where you have the really strong minions, but they're linked to their ally version. So once you take them out, you get their ally version. They designed a Fantastic Four version of that mod set. So the Thing would come out, and they are brutal minions. They're harder than the Trickster Magic minions. But once you take them out, then you get the Thing as an ally. And the allies were really cool. I know, like... Oh, I have it right here. I don't know why I'm trying to remember. I'm tired. I'm very tired. So like Invisible Woman has her minion version. She's a 0/1 with 6 hit points. She's villainous. She has victory 1. And then it has a force interrupt. It says when an enemy would take any amount of damage from an attack, spend a physical resource or 2 resources of any type. Otherwise, prevent all damage from that attack. So she is basically throwing up magical barriers in front of all the enemies. However, when you defeat her, the player defeated this minion puts the set-aside Invisible Woman ally into play, which is very similar to the minion version. 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack with 2 consequentials on both and 6 health. And then as an interrupt, when a friendly character would take any amount of damage, deal that damage to Invisible Woman instead. So you're able to kind of block some of that damage going to either allies, or it's like a magic shield from Scarlet Witch where it's just like panic button. I can throw this damage onto Invisible Woman because Enchantress just hit me for like 4. It was crazy. You're a huge F4 and Doom fan. It was a good con for that kind of content. Even got a specialized training set that was rebranded as F4. Was that in all of the custom content stuff, or did I saw people playing with it, which was fun. I didn't get to look through all of the custom content, but that's fun. Hey Spartan, how's it going? One of the other attendees made it. Yeah, and there were so many people that had made content that had brought that content to the con and was handing it out and everything. The ally versions did have victory on them, but when we went into that 3rd game of the campaign, they lost victory, and so we got to start with them. They actually started in the victory display, and there's a side scheme in that modular set that pulls them from the victory display, so you get like another use out of them. And so in game 2, we were actually having a lot of fun trying to figure out how we could, 1, get all of the fantastic minions into play, defeat them, then trigger the side scheme to pull them back to like maximize the effect of that side scheme. So that was a fun little puzzle that we were getting to play. And then the 3rd game was against Hela. That side scheme started in play, then went to the victory display, and Hela just loves side schemes in the victory display. There's also another setup for that where you could go put a player side scheme into play, which was like awesome, sweet. And then Hella's like, excellent. We're gonna get real big. And so the third game was with Hella. It was actually the smoothest Hella game I have ever run. I don't, and this is why I needed to write stuff down. I told myself I would, and then I just did not because I got caught up in everything. But I'm trying to remember who I even played. I think I played Vision. I think I played Vision against Hella. The sidekick Vision big thwarter deck that we built, that worked out really well. That was a lot of threat removal. But we just blitzed through Hella. It was easy peasy. Our team makeup just clicked. It was just really satisfying because we just kind of came through and we blew through her Highway to Hell side scheme deck. We blew through the second and third stage in one go, took her out. I think we ended up taking her out the next round or something. It was crazy. Drax was a monster. Were you playing Drax in that game, Brent? I know we were playing that game together. Was it? Oh, yeah, it was Drax because we started with superpower training, which was your call so that we could get D-Thweet onto Drax immediately. Yes. That was cool. You were handing out a Doom version of Sorcerer Supreme? That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, there were a couple of alt art versions of Sorcerer Supreme that they had printed. I got a Scarlet Witch one, which was awesome because I was playing Scarlet Witch, and so I got to throw that in there. You told Caleb that I recommended Dream Chaser over Return of the King. He was a little hurt. That's fair. The reason I did not in my defense, the reason I didn't recommend Return of the King is I have not played all of Return of the King, so I didn't feel like I could in good faith recommend it. Your LGS did a Civil War event Friday, and you and a friend played Registration, and we won. Congrats! That's awesome. Who were you playing as? Yeah, Skelly, I was having trouble remembering. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. So that was the first thing that we did that was like the main event on Friday. And then the thing that I did, well, I played other games, but Friday was the first time that I tried player versus player. Played with the Winning Hand podcast. And this was before I had built any decks for it specifically. I played a Vision deck, and then I played a Hulkling. I played the Hulkling deck. And we played twice. The first game that we played, the way that it works is Registration REG versus Resistance RE. Yeah, they go in alphabetical order. This is Brandt's trick that he taught me. They go in alphabetical order. So we were playing whichever one went second. And so if you defeat the leader in a round, you finish out that round. The other team still gets a turn because the registration side always goes first. So you finish that out. Then if the other team also defeats the leader, you go through like kind of a series of tiebreakers. We went down to the fourth tiebreaker and we ended up losing because the fourth tiebreaker was total amount of health remaining on heroes. And I think it was like 18 to 14 or something like that. But it was so close. But after that, I think we kind of decided that if you go to a tiebreaker, you call it a tiebreaker. But nice. Hulkling and Magneto. That's a fun matchup. What is my favorite leader from Civil War? That's a good question. I think so far, I think Captain Marvel poses some interesting challenges. Yeah. Your leader was Captain Marvel. There's the Spider-Woman. Sick. Yeah. Spider-Woman was meaner than I thought she was going to be. Captain Marvel is pretty mean. They're all mean. Iron Man can scheme a lot. It's very scary. Um, but yeah, we did the PvP on Friday, just kind of some unofficial games. We played one and we're like, want to do that again? And we're like, yeah, we went right into it again. And then the then we went back to the hotel, played some more games. And one of the decks that I want to actually walk through and talk about is this Adam Warlock deck that I brought and we built on stream. I modified it a little bit with suggestions from Chris and Brant, but I'm a big fan of this Warlock deck. I was having a blast. So that was my late night deck that I was playing because it's just passing out toys and I was having a good time with that. The ones you've seen the most on YouTube are Iron Man and Captain America. That feels normal, I think, because those are kind of the main faces of the box. I get that from there. We'll try one of the other ones with our Hulkling game today. We were undefeated, even though he died in the first game. Nice. Adam Warlock support deck was super helpful. Sick. Yeah. I think, yeah, Shibi, I changed it. I swapped out Justice for Pool after we played. And yeah, we'll talk about it more. Saturday, we did the Loki event where Brant stepped into the portal, embodied Loki, and we all took on Loki. And I believe we were discussing that this was the largest ever Loki event ever held, because I think Gen Con capped it at 64 and we had over 80 participants fighting against Loki. So I think that is the record right now, is as the largest massive multiplayer Loki event ever to be held. And so that was a lot of fun. I played a Groot big thwarter deck, problem solver type situation. Just bring all the player side schemes, which is a lot of fun with those environments where you can like problem solve, where you exhaust a Guardian and Avenger and remove a threat from every scheme equal to the combined thwart values. And then there was I forgot what the environment is called in Loki. Actually, I think I may have it right here. I don't know if they printed new ones. No, they didn't. The environment where you can remove a counter and do even more thwarts. So we were just blowing stuff up. It was a good time. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? The Loki game was amazing. The Loki game was a ton of fun. Brant brought a lot of fun energy to it. He was antagonizing us as we were, trying to take him down. Groot, my Groot was the first hero to die in the event. That was pretty quick. I was not expecting Loki like double attacked me. I don't even quite remember what happened. And then I got dealt indirect damage with no allies and I just died. Which in the massive multiplayer, you add a threat, or you add counter or a threat to Worlds Collide, which is like the overall main scheme. You set your hit points to 0. And so I wasn't like out, but it was like round 2. I was dead. I was like, oops. But it was fun. I was playing with somebody, and I apologize. I'm not going to remember everybody who was playing everything, but somebody was playing a really cool Nick firepower deck where they were able to trigger firepower multiple times around. They had enough weapons to exhaust multiple weapons every round. And then using the Domineering Force, which is the other environment that added like 4 damage to each iteration of damage. And like they were doing like 40 damage for 2 effective resource. It was so cool to watch. Like people's deck building skills are so impressive. I was there. It was so cool, so dope to meet everyone in the community. I love this community. The community is so kind and so welcoming. It was really cool. Jason had Nick. That was some crazy damage. Oh yeah, he hit. We were playing with Fantasy and hit Dragon for 30, just straight up. Oh, that was really cool. I primarily play solo, so it's really cool seeing combos and cards I don't normally use. 100,000% agree. The just having more people able to play more decks exposes you to more things, which is really fun. But also, there are cards that I just like Regroup, which my Tiger deck now in True Solo is going to be running Regroup, but I very rarely run Regroup in True Solo. It's whenever a ally is defeated by a enemy attack, return that ally to the hand. And 4-player, card's amazing. Fantastic card. And True Solo, it's good, but I probably would run like a rapid response over it. But you get to see a lot of like fun combos that you don't normally get to see just in True Solo. The start to the beginning of that game was to hunt the Magog for turn 2. Sick. Sick. Did you play with Caleb? I did. Okay, so leads me to the next event of Saturday, which was the player versus player tournament. So we did a PvP tournament where you paired up with another partner and ran 2v2 over 3 different rounds. I played with Caleb. So it was me and Caleb were teammates, and so that was a good time. I was running a Scarlet Witch Justice deck. He was running a Winter Soldier Aggression deck. And because we are I don't know, so our team name was the Final Boss. I thought that was really funny. That was somebody else's suggestion as we were contemplating team names, and I thought it was a really clever team name. But that was a good time. So yeah, I got to play with Caleb 2v2. That Regroup and it was nuts in the game we played. Yeah. In 4-player, Regroup is busted in 4-player. Was he good at PvP? He was really good at PvP. You can tell he's played the game once or twice. He just like had like these like play lines, and you could tell it was kind of like passion project for him, because our leader was Captain America, and we were passing out like all these minions, but he knew the strategies for different leaders that we were facing off against, and the different play lines of how to successfully like not die against Iron Man. And so like he was like helping me understand how we should be playing against different leaders, which was kind of fun and interesting to like hear him talk through that. And like the one time I didn't listen, I was like, the main scheme was at like 2. Iron Man had 1 attachment on him, and so Iron Man schemes for +1 for every attachment he has on him. And Caleb was like, we will lose against Iron Man via scheming. That's how we lose against Iron Man. I was like, I'm going to flip down because I get some extra cards. Scarlet Witch, Superpowered Siblings, I had Quicksilver, had Agatha. And so like I was like, I'm going to be able to get some cards here. And he was like, I don't think you should flip down. I was like, the main scheme has like 12 threat. It's going to be fine. We schemed out. we did. So I should have just listened to him there. But yes, it was a good time. Your team name was hilarious. Yeah, it was. I don't recall who came up with it, but I thought it was really funny. Yeah, the Final Boss, and we had every team that we played ended up dropping, not because we beat them. We went 2-1, but just because of other things. People dropped. Yep, we teamed up with Caleb. It was a good time. You and me had played our first PvP game together. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had a lot played. That first one was, I think I played Vision, the first PvP game. And it just wasn't. I think it needed to be a little bit faster. That was before I had Suit Up in the deck, and I just lucked into a Vivian draw earlier. I was kind of relying on 616 to draw those, the support to recur to get Vivian, but it didn't work in the PvP. It took a while to get it. Now that you have been playing PvP, are you more excited for She-Hulk and Vision? Yes, I am. I think there's a lot of really cool mod sets coming in that pack, which will be a lot of fun. And the new leaders look pretty cool. I played Vision with Boom Guy, not against Boom Guy. I made sure Vision was on his team. Yeah. And then Hulkling in our second game. Yeah. It was a good time. Yeah, PvP, we'll talk about it a little bit more, but I was more impressed with PvP than I thought I was going to be. So that's good news. Sunday, I guess like Saturday. And I want to say that the location was really good for the con because it was kind of in, I wouldn't call it a strip mall, but like it kind of was a strip mall where it was a shared communal building, but that was connected to a lot of different restaurants. A lot of like, there was like a taco place. My favorite place was, there was a Jamaican Peruvian fusion place, kind of just in the same parking lot, just walking distance. And then the hotel was walking distance from the con as well. It was like a 10-minute walk. And so that was really lovely to be able to walk just to the hotel. So the location of the con was fantastic. I really enjoyed just how accessible food as well as like our beds were, or like where we were sleeping. Saturday night, we played a lot of games. Yeah, Sunday was fun. I'm running behind a chat. I think if they can at least put one scenario pack that makes more leaders, we'll play it'll keep the PvP fresh. I would not be surprised if we see more as new teams come out. I'll be interested to see how well it's received by the community in terms of like sales. I think that's probably going to dictate if they do more or not. Yeah. That Jamaican restaurant was it was so good. And the people, the restaurant owners and the people working there were just so kind. They were like so happy to have us there. They were like, I think it was Saturday night when we were leaving, I ate dinner with Step Into the Portal crew. And like that wasn't the time that they like shook our hands as we like left and stuff. That was the next day we went there for lunch, but like they were just happy to have us. It was just a wonderful experience. Ice cream coffee shop across the street, I actually didn't even get to go to that, but I heard really good stuff. But just having access to ice cream, and then even the snack bar at Haraz Hobbies was really convenient. If you didn't want to go out and grab something at one of the other restaurants, they had like pizzas and hot dogs and pretzels and mozzarella sticks and the insane cookies. The cookies were so delicious at that at that shop. I held out until Sunday. And I'm glad I did, because I would have spent a silly amount of money on cookies if I had them earlier in the weekend. And this like M&M one, and I was like, I'm gonna eat half of this and save half of it for later, and it was gone just immediately. It's called a common. Okay, common. I like that. That feels better than strip mall. That'll add more tactics and variety. 100% agree. Yeah, dude, the cookies were so good. I will someday fight all the way from Costa Rica to one of these events. It's one of your dreams. I hope so. Yeah. That'd be awesome. They were so polite. My wife and I bought some of the jerk sauce to bring home. Yeah, for the lunch that we had on Sunday. Yeah, I think it was Sunday. We had jerk chicken and waffles. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Brant was successful in his endeavor to play all borrowed decks. That's fun. Yeah, so I think, Brant showed up and did not bring any decks and just like, I need a deck, and sat down and played with somebody, and they handed the deck across. I played with Jeff. I borrowed one deck. I borrowed Jeff's deck, which was another Adam Warlock deck, which was all about Voltroning Wolverine, which was a ton of fun. Who you calling jerk? I'm calling you a jerk. Got him. Ooh. But that seemed like it went really well for you, Brant. I'm happy to hear that. Um, Hopefully they will do MCDC at Haraz again next year since it's so close to me. I have a feeling they may outgrow it. That is a thought, and I have no background knowledge of anything that's happening from like the logistics side of things. Um, there was a back room that was like that had a lot of wargaming tables. There's I don't know if there's a potential to have that next year, but I think they sold out in like 7 days. So I'm hoping that there's either like the same area, because I think the area worked really well. Um, Same area with expanded either at Haraz or a larger space. Larger spaces just cost a lot of money, and that's tough. So I'm hoping that if they can take over the wargaming side, it would be awesome. Yeah, and who knows? Who knows? I know wargamers spend a lot of money on those games, and they like to play. So I don't know if it's easier not to ask them to not play for a weekend. I don't know, but there were a couple of tables in that room which we were allowed to play champions on. I think like one or two of them. But I really enjoyed the local shop. I think Haraz was a wonderful board game shop, and from both a location, an actual shop, and then the employees were just fantastic. So the only complaint about the shop is that we filled it up, and that's not even really a complaint. So like in the sense of I wish more people could have attended. And I think that's, if you're going to have a complaint, that's the best one you can have. So really good job scoping out the location for it. I thought it was really well done. We're working with Haraz Hobbies to get the backspace, but then there are some things on their end that they need to figure out. Cool. Yeah. There's PvP games. Did you notice some leaders are more strong than others? They have similar powers. I was actually a little surprised about that. They have, I think, fairly similar powers. I think the strongest one after round 1 was, I think Spider-Woman was 9-3 after round 1. I think Spider-Woman was one of the better ones at the table. They're so nice and accommodating. Yeah, they opened early for the event as well. They came in, they opened the snack bar early for the event. Haraz was amazing. Haraz was fantastic. It was cramped, but it, like, after like the first game, I was like, okay, we're cramped, cool, and this is what it is, and we get to experience everyone together. So it was a good time. Would have been more shocked if the wargaming area for not being used for the wargaming folks. Yeah. But yeah. And following the same question about PvP, did you notice heroes that are better at PvP than PvE? That's a good question. I have not thought a lot about that. I don't know if I have an answer off the top of my head. And I think it drastically changes based on true solo versus 2v2. Because I think in true solo, like, Hulk wins. Huzzah, not hurrah. Huzzah. Yeah, hurrah. Nice. Sunday was custom content day. Woke up, saw people playing in the hotel lobby, of course, because you have to, right? Custom content day. Boom Guy from Winning Hand had brought a lot of different custom villains. We borrowed one from him and played. Who did we play? We did a Mr. Negative game first, which I had played at Con of Heroes, and then we played the God Butcher. What was his name? Oh, 100%. Yeah, I know you're not being a jerk. Gore. Yes, thank you, Jeff. Gore the God Butcher. So yeah, we did a Mr. Negative game. Somebody there was playing the White Queen, I think. Yeah. Was playing a custom White Queen encounter, which was cool. She had a way to have minions attack different things through like through like her psionic abilities. So that was cool. And then we played Gore the God Butcher, and he wrecked us. It was so brutal. Um, yeah, he was mean. He had a really cool mechanic. My favorite mechanic about Gore the God Butcher was he had these minions that were not too bad, but if 3 of them were in play, you discarded all 3 of them and summoned like Villain 2.0. And then when you defeated him, you set him aside. And then if those minions like stayed out, they could summon him again. And that was, I thought, a really cool way to like bring in like more powerful minions, like via means that it's like you can leave these like little like guys, they're like 0-1s out, but they're gonna summon, they're like cultists, they're gonna summon this like huge like like this like big eagle thing. And that, I thought that was really cool. And then there's like a doomsday counter, where like every round you're adding like time counters, and if you reach, I think it was 12 per player, you just lose the game, which was kind of cool. The God Bomb, that's what it was. The God Bomb. That was tough. We lost that one. We lost that one. Yeah, Robert, get together with Villain Theory and make one in England. Do one in England. That'd be fun. You got to try out Spots by the Champions. That's cool. How was that? We played Gore on Standard and thought it was pretty chill. We played him on Standard as well. I don't know why we struggled so much. The bird minion thing was very cool. The bird minion thing was really cool. We went back to the hotel because I think I'm gonna just keep calling it Hurrah. Closed at I think 6 on Sunday. I drove home yesterday. There were a lot of people who left on Sunday, but there was a group of us who stuck around and played until the wee hours of Monday morning, Sunday evening. We went back, we played Carnage, and then we did a 5-player Mojo game, which was tiring. It was good stuff. I played with everyone yeah, the 5-player Mojo game was exhausting. Spot was like a twist on Spiral. Oh, cool. Okay. Gore is drastically different in Expert. He's fairly balanced in Standard. Nice. That's cool. Oh yeah, he had another interesting mechanic where he had 3 main schemes, but you only revealed the 3rd one when he flipped into stage 3. So you only ever saw the 3rd main scheme if you were playing Expert. And I thought that was a really cool way to add in different modular complexities to Expert versus Standard. When will the West Coast get a Marvel Champions Con? When you start one. Got him. But yeah, I think like I really enjoy the cons. I think that they're a ton of fun. Yeah, it was a really good stuff. I'm gonna go down to the table because I want to show off some of this custom arts thing, all the art stuff. So I started setting up and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But we got like a packet of a lot of different custom cards that we were playing with. We like got different like versions of Loki, and so these are alt arts. They are the same Lokis. Like it's Loki, like the top one is the Rascal, but it's from the TV show, or I guess the comics probably as well. But just different like alternate versions of Loki, and so I thought that was pretty cool. We got a Loki themed standard 3 set. So these are just standard 3 cards, but they are Loki themed, which is pretty cool. I thought this was really interesting. Critical Encounters had a way to make the game harder. Now, not just more RNG either. So this is a setup permanent card. And this is from the Critical Encounters mod set, or the Critical Encounters podcast. So the way to make it more difficult, You always include the expert set. Cool. All the standard modular set cards get a extra boost icon. The guard keyword, I think this one's really cool. The guard keyword prevents you from attacking elite minions as well as the villain. So guards are protecting elite minions. And then crisis icons also prevent you from removing threat from schemes without a crisis icon. It is a crisis. You have to deal with it. And then Shadows of the Past cannot be canceled. So that's like, oh! I thought that was a cool way to do, just like add some challenge to that. Yeah. Your Lokis are different than mine? Oh, really? That's cool. So you had different Lokis than these? That's super cool. I did not realize that they did that. Hoping to meet Caleb one day. He seems like such a chill guy. Yeah, he is. He is, Matt. 100%. Very, very chill dude. I had Team Loki and Kid Loki. That's cool. There are 2 different artworks for each Loki. That's amazing. That's really, really fun. I did not realize that was a thing. We got like different ways to make the game harder. This was the campaign from the first day on how to actually play that, as well as Doom's and the Doom mod set here. And so here's Dr. Doom, the big Dr. Doom. There was a group that did figure out how to whiff on bringing Dr. Doom back out. So where was it? Victor Von Doom. So it says, at the end of the round, if Dr. Doom is not in play, the first player finds him and puts him into play, and God Emperor into play. Each other player finds and reveals a Doombot not engaged with him, and then you defeat this scheme. I think they were able to do it by dealing him out as a boost card in the round that he was defeated, which is impressive. Talking about Caleb, just purchased Star Wars deck building game. You love it. Both the Clone Wars edition and the original one. Nice. And he was saying that there's some really cool stuff coming for the game. And so I'm excited for PAX, where I think they're going to be talking a little bit more about it. Here's like the Fantastic mod set. So here's like the ally versions of the Fantastic Four. And then the Enthralled, because Enchantress enthralled them. They were working for her. Then once you defeat them, just like the Trickster Magic, you get the Fantastic Four version of the cards. So that was cool. And then the rest of there. Oh, and then this is a Phoenix Force, which is a re-theme of Symbiote Suit. So this is part of the custom content. And I don't think I'm going to go through all of it just because you know what? Let's do it. Let's just thumb through all of this stuff. So we got like Nick Fury, got some of this, and I am going to be working on a video on how to do some of the print and play stuff like this with like the alternate art, because I really like all the alternate art and I want all of the winning hand ones. And so I'm going to do a video where I learn along with you how to actually print those out. The Phoenix card is broken for Falcon. Why is that? Oh, you put him in the victory display with going undercover. Sick. That's cool. That's sick. Oh, you were part of that game. Okay, nice. Okay. That's really cool. Oh, it has the bird trait? Beautiful. Beautiful. Got Nova, which is one of our winning hand podcast. Yeah, I've never printed them out before. I've never done any custom printing. And so I've got the information from a couple of people. And so I'm putting together a video because I want to print them out. And I was like, I just keep getting asked this question. So I plan on printing them and learning with y'all. Happy to help with the video. Oh, yeah, that'd be amazing. Yes. Got Maria. Got the pig. Spider Pig. The promos are sick. the custom alt art stuff has been so good. I have the fan blowing on me, and so it keeps blowing it out of my hand. Nebula, I love the colors here on Nebula. Love Ham, yeah. The colors on Nebula is so good. We got this Miles, which is not the winning hand Miles, but still a really sick Miles. Like the alt. She-Hulk. Really like the colors on that alter ego. And then like, I'm just gonna thumb through these, but we got like a lot of different alt art versions of different cards, like Web of Life and Destiny. You got Forge, Beast, Iron Man, and a lot of cards that you want multiple copies of. Like Iron Man, we've only printed one, and I think Winning Hand, I think you were saying this on the Shadow of the Cast episode, where you're targeting cards that are in harder to get packs, but like key aspect cards for those packs. And so like Web of Life and Destiny being one of them. And so now you have an alternate art and you can actually use that. And here's like an Iron Man sidekick with Bucky and Cap. I think there were a couple of versions of this sidekick as well, where there were different versions. Iron Fist. There's a Repurpose. Spider-Man. Oh, sick. I found the art. That's fun. The Web of Life and Destiny art is really cool. She-Hulk. Psylocke. Dropkick. I think there's a really fun Dropkick with Deadpool. Multitasking. Monica. Spider-Woman. There are 2 copies of Psychic. Sick. Oh yeah, they did the fixed Hulk. So I have not played with this, but I heard that it's really, really strong and really fun. So changes to Bruce. He has a 5 recovery. He has a hand size of 6 instead of 5, which is great. And then you can include any numbers of the strength resource card in your deck. So you can have as many strengths as you want. And then as an action, draw a card, discard a card from your hand. So same alter ego. However, the hero side is different. You got a 0-3-3 stat line with a hand size of 4, and he is steady. So original Hulk was printed before steady was a thing. But, oops, sorry about that. You got a 0-3-3. He is always angry. Discard a card from your hand. For each printed physical on that card, draw a card, and you get +1 attack until the end of the round. Limit once per round. So if you use that ability to discard his like limitless strength, you draw 3 cards, and he has a 6 attack, and then you just get to smash. So fun. So fun. No, this is a redesign of Hulk instead of just an alt art. It's a redesign of Hulk. Someone pointed out the changes. He was super fun. I heard he is a lot more fun. Seems a little strong. Yeah. Hulk at this point deserves to be a little strong, I think. Good stuff. Got a Beast. Looks really cool. Spider-Man, Justice. Another multitasking. Monica. Spider-Woman. Sidekick. There's the other one. Bucky and Cap. Hulk smash. Think a little broken, but fun. Exactly. A guide how to actually get this card printed would be awesome. That, yes. I am absolutely doing that. And so I'm also happy to hear that Winning Hand is going to help me with it. We got Maria. Another copy of Maria. So a lot of really cool alt art stuff. And then somebody handed me the Stan Lee hero. And if you thought Hulk was broken, check out the Stan Lee. So Stan Lee has a ability on his alter ego. He has the Marvelous ability. It says during deck building, your deck must include 15 hero specific cards from among other hero sets in your collection. So you get to choose 15 cards from any hero set. And then on his alter ego side, he has the text boxes of each alter ego used with the Marvelous ability. And then on the hero side, he has the text boxes of each hero used with the Marvelous ability. And then Stanley is for fun. If something feels like it should work, it does, is his ability. Oh, you get the Stanley. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for, yes, I'm so happy. This is so much fun. This is so cool. I love it. I love the fact that you can get the text boxes of every single hero that you're building. And I'm looking forward to trying to figure out how to break this. You didn't design it though? Okay. It's so clever. It's so fun. Just grabbing like a Hulk smash, or like you'd have to grab a Wasp card, because then you can break up his Hulk smash basic attack amongst any. Try to find a way to not break it. That's I think that'd be really hard. I don't think you have to break it. Yeah. It was designed by EK August in the custom community. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah, such a fun idea. Such a fun idea. Just absolutely. He has no hero specific cards. He's a hero of 1. You get 15. Yeah, like what would be some of the, you could go all allies if you wanted to. You go 15 allies, which would be fun. I feel like Hulk Smash would be really, but then you get the text boxes of all of them too. So you probably don't want Hulk Smash, because then you're discarding your cards at the end of the round. Oh my goodness, good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, the entire event was just fantastic. Alternate art, custom stuff, just so much fun. Really cool. The community is so clever and like so good at what they do. But yeah, I'm looking forward to printing more of the alt art cards and then figuring out how to do that so that I can actually give coherent answers when people ask me how to do it. So I'm excited to learn how to do that. You've been designing some stuff on the side? Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. I went with Cloak of Levitation, some Iron Man upgrades, Mjolnir, Cap Shield, stuff like that. I feel like that would be like a really fun way to play it. Just start to just grab the iconic cards, which is what it sounds like you did. Grabbing like all like the key iconic like items and stuff. That's a really fun way to build it. You have a custom Doctor Doom hero about to post on the Homebrew Discord soon. Nice. That's another thing that I haven't really explored too much of, is the Homebrew Discord. There's an entire Discord where people post just a ton of stuff. Web shooter in for luck. Yep. Grab all the capes. Oh, you'd have so much readying. They do. That'd be another. Yeah. Grab all of the like capes and weapons. Just ready several times each round. Yep. Someone played my Doom at MCDC. Oh, cool. That's fun. Did you bring it for someone to play, or did they bring it and then you saw them playing it? The Magneto Bubble? Yeah. That's awesome. I had them played. Oh, that's so cool. It's such a good time to bring custom content to how other people to play it, because then you can get like immediate feedback on your design. That's really cool. I enjoyed the custom content day a lot more than I thought I would. I knew I would enjoy it, but it was just fun to have a day set aside for that particular reason. I thought that was cool. I thought that was a really like fun event to have. All the resource tappers. Yep. I'm gonna get the supernova helmet. Um, dude. The cat amulet is a silly, stupid card. The new one in Tiger that can generate 3 resources. That's a good card. That's a really, really good card. No Loki was played. We did the massive multiplayer Loki, um, but not like a hero Loki. Just finished cutting and sleeving Mr. Negative at the beginning of this. Nice. Mr. Negative looks so cool. He's got like an inversed color palette, so all his text is white, and like the norm or like the white part of the cards is black, and so it has like this really striking visual on the table. When it comes to designing, I've been taking it slow, as I want to make sure I'm using all the right typography, worded how the devs do. Nice. That's really cool. Mm. It was a fantastic event. The drive was beautiful, at least for me. I know everyone drives does different drives, but the drive was beautiful. Going through Pennsylvania, it was really nice to see all the leaves changing at this time of year. But that was fun. Mr. Negative probably kills on ink cost. Yeah. So I want to talk about some of the decks. Mainly the Adam Warlock, and then I may just hold off because I talking about the Tiger deck, because I do want to play around with the Tiger deck a little bit more. What about what is it about Mr. Negative that makes him so famous? I don't know. I think he's an interesting villain. He's got like this like anti-freeze or anti-frostbite type situation where it's like this attachment that goes on minions that gives them the minions +1 attack, overkill, and piercing. But the attachments go to Mr. Negative, and then whenever a minion enters play, they get removed from Mr. Negative onto the minion, and then I think it's an extra boost card on Scheme, and then it goes away. And so it's like it's a really interesting way to modify different minions. And then also I do think that part of it is just how like striking of a design it looks, or how it looks. Who's the main bad guy in the PlayStation video game? Got it. That's fun. That's really fun. Cool. Yeah, I want to talk about this Adam Warlock deck because I think this Warlock deck worked a lot better than I thought it was going to. It has a reputation as a great custom scenario. Nice. So I want to talk about it. I'm going to go down to the table, and we're going to walk through this because I enjoyed this way more than I thought I would. This was the one that we built on stream. It's a modification of the one that we built on stream, where we just kind of got all of the cards that could pass out to other players. And because Adam can bring in a card from from 4 different aspects. And then we're bringing cards like Defensive Specialist, or not Defensive Conditioning, whichever one is the I did not get the custom Adam Hero card. Unfortunately, I did not. I got the Vision one. You handed me a Vision one, which was pretty cool, but no custom Adam. That will be one that we print for sure. But I changed it up. Brant had the suggestion, and I think Boom Guy, you also had the suggestion of running Pool with Warlock. I got the special rare version of Vision that nobody got. Yeah, I'll pull out Vision here in a second and showcase that. And then also I played with, and I don't know their handle, but Chris, who was using a Adam Warlock deck with Resource Reserve. So Resource Reserve is one of our new cards. So after any player can spin the resource card attached here, and we can action exhaust resource reserve, tuck a resource card from your hand under here to a maximum of 1. So resource reserve is a way that you can pass out resources to other players. Now, this is where it gets fun. So this is one of the things that we're using. And then we're running innovation. So after you spend this card, heal 1 damage from an ally you control. And then we've got effective leadership. Those are blue resources. Whenever you spend this card to play an ally, that ally gets +1 thwarts and +1 attack. We've got audacity. After you spend this card, deal 1 damage to the villain, as well as aggressive energy for our red resources. Don't have any green resources. We do have strength, energy, and genius that we can tuck under resource reserve, which is pretty cool. And then we've got the pink resources, self-control, self-confidence, and self-preservation. So what this allows us to do is any of these resource cards we can tuck under here, and then anybody can use them. And if we have somebody else with like full health, they can use the self-preservation as a triple. And so it's like a helicarrier, but it's a triple helicarrier. And so with all of these, you're able to tuck these because it's an action to tuck. You can put it out there at the start of the player phase, and then anybody can use it. This is not a solo deck. This is a 4-player deck, by the way. So you can do that. So those are the resources. The other fun trick about this is that you can use, where is it? Quantum Magic. We have 2 of these to go grab resource cards. So Quantum Magic is a add-on card. Choose a card in your discard pile, add that card to your hand. It's a 1-cost event. And the entire idea around this is enabling other players to do what they can do to be successful. So you can use Quantum Magic to grab a triple. Usually if you're using Quantum Magic to grab a double, you are net even because this is a 2 effective resource card and you're grabbing a double. However, if you grab a triple, you're up if you're using it. But also you can use Quantum Magic to grab a strength and then pass a strength to somebody else. And the ability for players to ramp if they just have 2 to 3 extra resources a turn is insane. You can pass all the special resources from each aspect. Defensive energy for your protection buddy. Aggressive energy to boost attack. Yes. Yes. Got a big sideboard. Absolutely. Yeah. It's, I was thinking of, I don't love the protection events or the protection resources. And so I didn't grab those, but I do like the sideboard idea because if you are running with somebody that has like a flow like water deck, grab defensive energy and throw it in there. Support decks are super strong in Marvel Champions. They really are. We also have a Beast. So Beast, whenever you play him, you can go find a resource card, grab self-preservation, tuck it under resource reserve. Really strong. Really, really strong. And then somebody can play a helicarrier for free. We have Welcome Aboard, which allows any player to replay a ally and then reduce the cost of that next ally by 2. So there's a lot of times you draw a Welcome Aboard and say, I have a Welcome Aboard. And then if anyone has an ally, they can play it for 2 less. And so it's just, it just ramps people. We've got, I'm just pulling out all the ramp cards right now. We got a Maria Hill because Maria Hill is very good. Brother Voodoo is in here mainly so that we can go grab like a Quantum Magic or a different event, like a Welcome Aboard or something like that. Brother Voodoo would probably be the protection card that I would cut if we were running like a defensive energy or something along those lines. And then like, I will say Audacity, I don't love Audacity, but it is another resource card to tuck under resource reserve. So while like I would pretty much tuck any of these other cards over in Audacity, you can use Audacity to tuck here if you don't have anything else, and then it becomes a helicarrier, right? It's 1 resource that deals the damage, which is kind of nice. But if I have an Audacity or a Strength, I'm tucking the Strength, and I'll use the Audacity because a Strength is going to benefit somebody better than an Audacity would. The other thing that I would say is you could run the power of protection, etc. if you wanted to. I would just probably sideboard those and then add them in if you are running alongside a player that has a really heavy protection cost curve. So if you're running with somebody with like multiple mans and then they have like a lot of high cost protection allies and they're stop hitting yourselves and stuff like that, it may be worth subbing one of those in for like a Brother Voodoo or one of the other resource cards. You can finally give other people Everyday Hero. Nice. Yes, exactly. Speaking of giving other people stuff, we got Plot Convenience, which I think this was Boom Guy's suggestion here. It's either Brant's or Boom Guy's suggestion. But Plot Convenience from Pool, we can exhaust Plot Convenience to choose to attach an aspect card from your hand face down here, or add the card face down here to your hand. And any player can trigger this ability. So not only are you passing resources to other player, that was you. It was a beautiful suggestion. It worked so freaking well, dude. Yes, it worked so well because then we started passing around like stick-to-itiveness. So I can exhaust and tuck stick-to-itiveness, and then next round someone can exhaust it and take stick-to-itiveness and play it on their Captain America build. And when I played this with Pool, I only played it with Pool one time. The Captain America player was also playing stick-to-itiveness, and stick-to-itiveness, you can have multiple of them. I think this is the only way you can actually trigger it, but stick-to-itiveness is not a unique card, but it is a max 1 per deck card, but it's not max 1 per player. So their cap had a stick-to-itiveness, but if we tuck it under here and they take it, there's no rule around them having 2 of these. They just have to get it somewhere else, and you can do it by stacking them. And so you can pass out stick-to-itiveness. You can pass out pretty much anything that you want. But I'm pretty sure everything else was kind of already able to kind of pass out. So like we have team training to raise allies by +1 hit points, boot camp to give them +1 attack, and you can play these under any player's control. And so I would find like the leadership player or the ally swarm player is probably a better way to say that, and drop these on them. We've got the aggressive conditioning as well as a combat training. So +2 health, +3 hit points. So that's something that I passed that to the Captain America player because, they're just swinging a ton, but they were running Pool, so they didn't have access to these plus hit points. I put a defensive conditioning in here. I did not put a armored vest, mainly because I like the +3 hit points part of this. And if someone's running protection, they probably have an armored vest, but this works also really well for Adam. So there was a lot of games where I would actually just play this on Adam because I was using Adam's basic activation to defend a lot. Just because his 1/1/2 style line is not super exciting. So I was playing this on Adam so that I could defend and stay in hero form, which helped. We've got hold on. Oh wait, I have 2 defensive conditionings in here. 2, 4, 6, 7. So pull up, I would actually swap this out for a defensive energy. It would probably be my immediate thought. Actually, yeah. Just as another resource card that's in green, there potentially could be something else that would be a little bit better. But just as a gut reaction, that feels pretty good. So defensive conditioning. You got med team to heal allies or to heal heroes so that they can then hit this triple. So if somebody has 2 damage on them, heal them with a med team, and then they can activate the triple rather than having it be a double. You got Night Nurse because that's a silly card in multiplayer. I have Shake It Off in here because after you take damage, you get a tough status card. This works if you can have another Guardian at the table. However, I was finding myself using this either for Adam or just using this, a lot of the protection cards for his Battle Mage ability, which I think protection is probably his best Battle Mage target because it heals an ally, and that is incredibly powerful. And then we got Second Wind, which is another way to heal 5 damage from a character, which then helps them hit that triple again. You could Honorary Guardian another player. I thought about that. I am at 50, and my basic cards, I could probably cut something, but you could Honorary Guardian for sure. We got a Sunfire in here. That's a tech card for a scenario. 2 times I played this deck. I played alongside a Web Warrior build, and so I swapped Sunfire out for Jessica Drew, which is the new Aggression Web Warrior ally that whenever a Web Warrior enters play, you get to ping a damage. I was playing with Astrodar from the Alter Ego Chronicle blog, so go check them out. He was playing a sneak attack Web Warrior build, and we were just sneaking in a ton of, or he was sneaking in instead of a ton of Web Warriors, and I just threw down Jessica Drew and was just able to do a ton of damage there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're missing a blue card. Am I missing a blue card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because we're running 7. The other blue card is Call for Backup. Or Command Team. Depends. It kind of depends on the makeup of the table. Got to keep up the pressure, which is the side scheme, which is just nice to toss out there, and then it allows everyone to go find an attack event to kind of like make a final push. We've got a Tic-Tac-Toe for more ally healing. Ally healing is very, very good. We got a Get Good, which I thought was a fun card for plot convenience. Actually, it's not even a plot convenience card. You can just Get Good, where when a player would be defeated, they set their hit point dial to 1, change to Alter Ego form, and then you remove this card from the game. So it's a safety net there. Then we have Helicarrier. We have Sorcerer Supreme, Blood Gem, and Endurance. And Endurance would be passed out to somebody else. It worked way better than I thought it would. And this is actually a modified version of what I played on Sunday evening. Like I added Beast in here, and I made a couple other modifications, but it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. It worked way better, and it was. I am gonna publish the deck on CDB 100%. And so it's fun. It was just fun because it's like if you've played multiplayer before, you understand the joy of being like, can I have that Helicarrier? And people are like, yeah, you can. And like, it enables me to do everything. And then you're like, can I have that triple resource? It's just a different feel. It's a different vibe. It just enables so much. And so, if Chris, if you're watching this, let me know your username so I can tag you, in the published version for Resource Reserve, because I thought that was just so clever and I loved it. I loved it so much. So I'll post this on CDB, and it was just, this was probably the most fun deck build that I ran the entire week. The joy of deck building for multiplayer, 100%. Yeah. Multiplayer deck building is just a whole nother thing that you can do. The other option, actually, instead of a Call for Backup or a Command Team for that 7th card slot, maybe Band Together. That could be fun. Support is so much fun in multiplayer, and it's so good. It is so good. Like, if you think about like a Maria Hill spam, where you just spend the entire game seeing how many times you can play Maria Hill. I built the Tiger deck, which was it was a PvP deck that was all about recurring beasts, so that you could get the resource cards for the leader. So like each leader has special resource cards, and I was like, it'd be kind of cool if we use beast to recur beast and just use those resource cards over and over again. But I never actually. Well, I did play it multiplayer one time, or PvP one time, but I played it multiplayer, and I just switched to recurring Maria Hill. And just, if you play Maria Hill twice in a turn, like, that's 40% more cards for everybody at the table. It's good. It's really, really good. Rapid response. Yeah. I think that Maria. I know Jeff was in that game. I think that I think I played her 3 times in one round. My record at Con of Heroes one year, I think I played her 6 times in one turn or one round with Cyclops. Then if you're curious, if you play Maria as first player 6 times in a round, in a 4-player game, you win the game. Pretty much. Like it's everyone takes 2 turns effectively. It's good. Only 33% more fun. I'm always alter egos. Cyclops. Oh, actually, you know what? No. The last leadership card was Mission Leader. The last leadership card in this deck is Mission Leader, which is the one where you're able to, whenever someone defeats a side scheme, everyone draws a card. That's what it is. Cyclops Ally is a good... Ooh, Cyclops Ally. That would be good. That would be really good. You're going to hold him until you're ready with plot convenience? Nice. Maria Recursion is extremely strong. And then she just like removes 2 to 4 threat every single time she comes in, which is insane. What I had a lot of fun with the Tiger build is I was able to use Tiger to pull a ally or pull a minion with Retaliate, which was allowing me to kill off Maria Hill without needing to ready her. So I could throw Maria Hill into a Retaliate minion, and then I was able to play her again with like a make the call. Whereas with the Cyclops, I don't have like convenient access to Retaliate all the time. And so I'm using like command teams and stuff to ready her up so that she can double consequential herself to put her in the discard pile to make the call again. But yeah, that was a fun like little Tiger interaction as I pulled someone with Retaliate so that I could get her back in the discard pile so that I could pull her right back out. Ally Cyclops loves Star-Lord. Mission Leader with alt art. That'd be cool. Keep Up the Pressure is an awesome kill combo. That is a really good point. If you go Cyclops Ally, I think I would probably go Mission Leader for the 7th slot, and then probably cut out Effective Leadership for Cyclops. I like that a lot. I think that is a really cool build, especially with what Boom Guy's saying, where you can throw Cyclops under plot convenience and just wait until you're ready. And then like you don't even have to play Cyclops because anybody can grab him. Have somebody else grab Cyclops and just play him. I do want to make a 60 card deck. Yeah, I'm at 50, which is really sad. I could also drop Blood Gem, I think, for an Avengers Mansion, but I found myself not really able to play a ton of the higher cost cards later into the game because I wanted to dump all of my resources into Resource Reserve. Cut a blue resource in favor of Cyclops? I think so, yeah. I need to write this down because I'm actually publishing this deck, so it matters. Yeah, get him out the turn you play, Keep Up the Pressure. So good. Yeah, this I think I enjoyed more than my Cyclops deck, which I have said is my favorite favorite multiplayer deck that I've played. I think I enjoyed this more. +1 Cyclops. Done. I did not see any Maria Hill in PvP. Nope. Let's talk about PvP. Because I enjoyed PvP a lot more than I thought I would. With one caveat. my one caveat is that I really enjoyed 2v2, and I don't think I enjoyed 1v1 that much. So the 1v1 was very quick, and that is something that it had going for it. It was a very quick experience. I think we played in like half an hour, but it felt like a rush game. And in 2v2, it felt a lot more tempo based, and it felt very collaborative. The way that I described it after playing it a couple of times is it felt like I'm playing Marvel Champions, a 2-player game of Marvel Champions, against a more intelligent villain. And so it didn't feel like I had a ton of tension in the 2v2, a ton of tension of that head to head, like, okay, like we're going at it. One of us is going to come out on top. The 1v1, it did feel like there was a lot of tension. And I think for me personally, there are other games that I'd rather play 1v1 head to head than this game. However, 2v2, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. And I think, like, Brant was saying at the con, try it. And I would 100% agree with that. If you are able to try a 2v2 or even a 1v1, it's much better than I thought. There are a lot of like really fun interactions on how you can build your deck. So whenever you approach a table, you're going to have your hero decks, just like in a normal game of Marvel Champions, but also you're building a leader deck that has a leader. It has a 1A and or a first and a second main scheme, which are modular. You can choose those. And then 3 to 4 mod sets that you get to pick. And so the one that we were running a Captain America, and then the first main scheme allowed us to go find a minion for other players at the start of the game. So we would start, flip up, we would go through, and we would find a minion and deal one out as a face-down encounter card, knowing what was coming. We'd always pick Namor and then an Avenger, because we were running, I don't remember all the mod sets names, but we were running a mod set that had a lot of team up cards with Avengers and stuff. And so we were dealing those out. But it also gets kind of fun because you see what heroes they're playing. And so like, I didn't do this, but someone was telling me about an interaction that they were playing where one of the minions, when it revealed, discarded an upgrade, or I think an upgrade you control, and they dealt that to the Spider player, right? Because Spider is going to be playing Host Spider or something, and that's a really feel bad discard. And so you can kind of choose these minions to kind of counteract what you expect their play line to be. And being able to collaborate with one other person on a team of coming up with that is a lot of fun. Like, it's very satisfying because it's a part of the game that has historically been up to RNG in the terms of like, okay, I flipped this top card. That's what happens. And it takes that RNG away into like a limited choice for players to make. And so there's another card in the standard PvP set called Targeted Strike, which is another way that you can kind of manipulate and do this, where it's a flip up, the enemy team searches the top 5 cards and deals them a face down encounter card. And so now you're getting to choose from a limited pool of those encounter cards to deal out. And so there were a couple of times where we were dealing out cards that would initiate a villain attack because they were exhausted and they had lower health. And so we're trying to like targeted strike, have them take it out. Or we were playing against a X-23 sidekick build. And so we were trying to find the obligation so that they would have to discard X-23, or we were looking for things that would damage allies, like Captain America's shield toss, I think, deals 2 damage to every character. And so it's just like a really fun interaction. There's a lot of cards that have like the leaders attack each other. It was in one of the games that I played with Boom Guy, where we had a ton of boost cards dealt out to Captain America. He was going to swing for like a ton with overkill. And then our opponents played a card that had, I think we had like 4 boost cards stacked up. And we had they had a card that then turned that attack against our leader. And so all those boost cards got dealt to us. And I'm like, no, like it was just like one of those, it was like a really well played hand. It was really really well done. It was like it was a feel bad in the moment, but you like take a step back and you're like, okay, that was kind of cool. One of the other cool things is that there's a side scheme that starts inside. I think it's called Choosing Sides, I believe, where printed text says that the leader cannot take more than 2 damage per attack, and when it's out. When you thwart it down, the opposing team gets to look at the top 5 cards of the deck and deal 1 to each player. And then you get a card where you can discard and then go get the leader specific like action card. So for like Captain America, there was a double resource that whenever you spent it, you got to give your leader a face down boost card. Spider-Woman has one where it's like remove 2 threat from your scheme, place 2 threat on their scheme. So there are different ways to interact with the other side of the table. But when you take out that side scheme and when you trigger that action is more strategic than I thought it would be. I thought you would just blitz through it and then clear it. But when we were playing on turn 1, blitz through it, clear it, trigger it, turn 1. When we were playing, because we were dealing out minions, our opponents who took that side scheme out in turn 1 really struggled because then they were resolving 6 encounter cards turn 1 because they got a minion, then we got to choose sides, and then their initial encounter card. So if we knew because we know what we dealt out to people, if they took it out, we could then give them another Avenger minion, which would then trigger the team up. So there was some interesting like timing effects there. And so what I found is if we did not have a encounter card that was dealt to us through the setup of the side scheme, what we were doing is clearing that. But if we did, we would probably wait a turn and then clear it. So we didn't have everything hitting us at once. A lot of really interesting combos that you can build out. And then also if you are able to build your deck with your teammate, you can like create these like really cool cohesive deck builds that are just like any two-handed or any 2-player game, a lot of fun. But now you get like this fun like interaction stuff. I think one of my favorite interactions that we did is we had, I think it was a turn that they had cleared the choosing side scheme. So we had looked at the top 5 cards and we had dealt out encounter cards to both of them. One of them being a Teamwork Avenger. They did not have any Avengers. Then Captain America has a special card that you choose a minion engaged with you and send it to the other side. We had Wasp, who is an Avenger, engaged with us. And so we sent Wasp over to the other side and we were taking the second turn because we were resistance. And then we knew that the Avenger that we had dealt to them would activate because it had teamwork, because they now had Wasp. That was a Avenger minion. And so that was just like a really fun, like they had dealt us Wasp, we sent it over and then triggered an immediate attack. And so those are the kind of things, and I think this was Brant, we were talking about it at dinner. Those are the kind of things that they're interactions that you can't necessarily comprehend unless you play it. Or, yeah, it's just like those are the types of things that I would have never thought of that type of interaction if I had never just sat down and played the game. So I'm very, very happy that I played PvP. I kind of went into the weekend. I was like, I may play a game or two. I played 7. And I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. So kudos to them for creating a fun experience in PvP. Not going to be something that I play a lot of going forward, mainly because I don't play a lot of 4-player champions, but at cons I will be playing because it is just a fun way to play a team game. There are not a lot of team-based games out there. We were trying to figure out some, like Axis and Allies is one. We have like Dune has a team variant, or not a team variant, a team mechanic where you can formulate teams. There's just a lot of cool like styles of play that it introduces that you don't really get in a lot of other games, and I think that's fun. Caleb's new Star Wars game. Cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I've only ever played the 1v1 version of the Star Wars game, but if you play is it a 2v2? That's cool. Um, felt like 2v2. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat now. Um, at the next con, we could do a Mystics team up. I'll bring Strange, you do Adam. We can get someone to play the other two. Sick. That'd be awesome. I'd love it. Iron Fist. Oh, that'd be good. Yes. 2v2, if you push stage 2 quickly, you're going to stall a bit and give the other team to get. 100% agree. There were a couple of games where I thought either we or the other team just like were off to the races, but every single leader has a printed ability or printed statement that when they flip into the final stage, they cannot take any more damage that phase, and so it slows you down, it stops you, and you have to kind of like you have to wait, and then you're getting more encounter cards. It really does slow you down, and the pacing of the game felt like there was never a game where I felt like someone ran away with it, which I was kind of impressed with. You can use that minion to make Cap lose his shield, and he has no way to get it back. That's good. Oh, I don't think minions can take Cap's shield though, unfortunately. Yeah. If you look back at the rules, there's a mode for 2v2. Got it. Cool. Nice. Ally Gambit would be fun. The deck build that I was running, which was the Scarlet Witch deck build, we had lost to Iron Man, and so I had some tech in there to take on Iron Man, specifically counterintelligence, because there's a lot of things that make Iron Man scheme, and you lose to Iron Man when he schemes out. Like, he's not going to push damage, he's going to push threat. And so I had like counterintelligence in there. I had under surveillance, which was a huge call, and saved us a lot. And then I had interrogation, intelligence, whichever the one was, where when you dealt out encounter cards, you can discard it and then look at the top card of the encounter deck and then rearrange encounter cards. And so because you resolve them in the order that they were dealt, and because it's an intelligent person dealing you the encounter cards, they can set up combos, and that messes with those combos. So you deal out the Avenger that has teamwork before the Avenger that doesn't have teamwork, whereas they may have stacked the deck where you're dealing out the other way around so that you would get an activation, but you can like swap everything. That was fun. And then Chaos Magic, because with the tempo of PvP, it's harder to play some of the higher cost cards just because they're relatively quick games in terms of number of rounds, and so Avengers Mansion is hard to pay off. However, if you Chaos Magic Avengers Mansion, pays off the next turn because it becomes 2 resources instead of 5. And so I enjoyed the Scarlet Witch build. Then I was using Hope to recur Chaos Magic to play another high cost card. It was fun. No, like the one that makes you discard an upgrade. Gotcha. For the shield, I think shield is permanent. But yeah, I just all in all, PvP way more interesting and fun than I thought it was going to be, and highly recommend playing it. I was wrong. I thought that I was not going to enjoy it at all, and I'm glad that I was wrong. So highly recommend trying it out. I do plan on playing a couple of PvP games on video. I don't know if it's going to be a stream, mainly because it just may be hard to do it as a stream. I will caveat, I don't think that a recorded video, unless you're in person, but like a virtual game, is going to showcase the format as effectively as it would be showcased in person, because there's a lot of interactions with the other player's deck. And if you are playing with a virtual, like if I'm playing with Brant across the computer, then I have to manipulate his deck, and I think it's going to get more. It's going to appear more clunky than it actually is. I think that's my caveat. Is that it will work. It will feel less smooth than it is in practice when you're actually sitting down and playing with the person. Yeah, it'd be too hard, I think, on camera. 2v2 would be very tough. 2v2 would be very, very tough on camera. That being said, now I kind of want to do a 2v2 at like Con of Heroes or the next MCDC and film it, because I think that could showcase it better if you have a 2v2 in-person game. I feel like you could showcase that fairly well. I think it would be challenging to do it virtually. And then on camera, 1v1 can be done. I think you miss out on a little bit of the nuanced interactions, though, unless you both had the leader deck. Yeah. And so I think the way that Brant and Web Warrior did it is because you build the deck for the other person, you still do that, and then you just run their side of the table. Maybe February at the portal? That could be good, yeah. I think you should have your opponents encounter deck on camera and just have your opponent pull a card. You draw, yeah. And I think that's how they did it, and I think that's the best way to do it. And I just want to make sure that it is known that this is not always as clunky as it is. And that being said, like the PvP version of the expansion is still only 16, 26, 28 of the cards in the expansion. The mod sets are good too. Not directed at me specifically, but I'm super happy to see a lot of people who are angry about PvP and boycotting the box have changed their minds because it's actually fun. Yes. I don't think that. I think if you are somebody who would boycott a box because of campaign mechanics, you're fine boycotting this box because of the PvP mechanics. But if you would never not buy a box because of the campaign, like if you're like, I don't want to buy Sinister Motives because I don't like the campaign part of Sinister Motives, I like everything else, then I don't think it's valid to say that I would not buy the Civil War box because of PvP. That's the campaign cards, and the PvP cards take up about the same amount of space in that box. So you're still getting 4 villains, 16 modular sets, a lot of stuff there. But I understand like not wanting to play PvP. But I personally don't think it's a valid. I don't like the thought of of not buying the box just because it has PvP in it, because PvP is not the main focus of the box. PvP was a very man yells at cloud moment. I probably won't be super into it. Still an excellent box, and that's the thing. It's still a really good box. And then you can toss the PvP cards in the trash, and I think you'll still be very happy with the purchase. The heroes are great. The heroes are really good. I like Hulkling. I like Tiger a lot, actually, as well. I played Tiger twice. A lot of fun. PvP is about 26 cards. Yeah, so about the same as a campaign. Depending on the campaign, I guess. What's been the weakest box so far? My honest take is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I would say Galaxy's Most Wanted. I like the heroes. They're not meta. If Brant's still around, maybe he's going to be mad at me for saying that about Rocket. But I think the villains in that box really drag it down. Drang is good. Collector 2 is good. The others I don't pull. And so like having 60% of the villains, having the campaign be fairly unplayable, and honestly Groot, while I like him a lot, He's not great. And so I would say GMW is probably the worst box, in my opinion. You like Rocket a lot? Yeah, Rocket's great. Oh, 100. Yeah, they were awful choices for the box, especially going into the villains, right? Um, like, yeah. Oh, Rocket gets stomped on and skewered by Collector One. Um, uh, Thunderbolts and Black Widow is good. What about the other three? I like Citizen 5 or Citizen V. Sorry, I get those confused all the time. I like Citizen V. I like Black Widow. I like Batroc. I think Batroc's a better collector too. Magog, I'm okay with. And I like the aspect cards a lot in the box. Maria, I think the more that I see, the more that I realize that I'm going to enjoy Maria in multiplayer more, because I can build her as a support hero and not as a broken hero. Nick, I haven't figured out yet, so I can't click with Nick. But I really enjoyed the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. box. I don't quite know, other than pointing just to vibes, but I really enjoyed the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. box. MODOK is funny if you're playing a multiplayer. Nice. I have not made a video about the out-of-stock products. I don't feel like I have enough information to. I have reached out to Fantasy Flight to do a interview, and I have not heard back, so I'm hoping that I hear something from them about distribution and logistics. I think that would be an interesting topic to talk about, but I have not heard back from them yet. So that would probably be my video, or if we get more information about what rotation is going to be, I'll do a video at that point, but I feel like I just don't have enough information to do a video other than doom and gloom video, which I don't know. I don't really want to do that. But yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a surprisingly awesome box, and Falcon was one of my favorite from me. Nice. Falcon, I like Falcon a lot. Falcon feels very polarizing, where people either love or hate Falcon. Been playing Rocket with invisibility gear. Oh, yeah. I played Rocket as a float build, and I feel like invisibility gear, which is one that confuses minions when they interplay, would be, and he's also a tech, right? Yeah. So think like Leroy and Fitzgerald. Yeah. Those would be good to have with Rocket so that he can tutor the techs and everything. I like Rocket a lot. I think Rocket is the best part of the Galaxy's Most Wanted box. I'm going to check my schedule and see if there's anything else I was supposed to talk about. I wrote it down. Nope. It says play Hulkling. So, you want to play Hulkling? I am also a Groot fan. One of the decks that I brought was a Groot deck. I think Groot is fun. He is not necessarily strong. Protecting for everyone does seem broken. Yeah, the recurring draw their fire. Yeah, good stuff. I may actually try and set up a 4-player game at some point to play this Warlock build on camera, because I think that would be fun. I love this. I love this deck. It was so much fun. Groot has gotten a lot better with new aspect cards. Ready for a fight. Noble Sacrifice really opened him up. That's cool. I haven't thought about Noble Sacrifice. That's cool. Ready for a fight is fun. I'm excited to try Ready for a Fight Hulkling. Speaking of, where did I put Hulkling? Interesting. Alrighty. I wanted to start out by playing the deck that I played at Con of Heroes. Not Con of Heroes, I'm sorry, MCDC for Hulkling, because it's a different take. It's sticking in wing shape, not trying to recur and do different shapes, but mainly staying in one shape and then abusing that. Because what I've kind of realized is that if you had a hero that had a 2/2/2 stat line, and it said anytime you play, or whenever you, the first time you play an event each round, remove 2 threat from a scheme, that would be a very good hero, especially with aerial. So, so I was just like, let's just stick with that. So I think I want to try that. To go find all my stuff. I still have not unpacked. Oh, that's Wasp. Oh, I pulled him out because I was going to play him. Glad I had a great time at MCDC. The event people put in a ton of work. That's going to be Hope Summers. Hope Summers is in my Scarlet Witch deck. That's Groot. Oh yeah, I was running Gambit to steal cards in the PvP deck. That was fun. Hope Summers. Huge kudos to the organizers. 100,000% agree. It was so well run. And the fact that it was the first of the it was the first MCDC, it was very impressive. My backpack worked out really well. Very happy with that. What's up, Wood Dog? If you ever want to get in an in-person 4-player, we could get a group together one night. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Sounds good. Oh, also, Spartan printed these first player tokens. I thought those were really fun. My joke all weekend is that I couldn't lift it, so someone else had to grab it for me. Star-Lord and Gamora precons in that box would have massively changed the community opinion. I agree. Yeah, those both would have been better against that box for sure. And then Nebula was the next wave. She wasn't actually the GMW wave for what she was the following wave. I was gonna say she would have ruined Collector 1 versus Nebula is the saddest. You can go. Alrighty. Oh, I'm gonna switch back to all my tokens are elsewhere. We had said Spider-Woman. You want to try Spider-Woman? This is what I get for not unpacking. So Spider-Woman. Have people been playing a lot of Civil War villains outside of PvP? There we go. Also, I am going to be on the Step Into the Portal show tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so on Brant's channel, talking more about the con. I know Brant will be there. I think I feel bad saying it and then it not being true, but I'm pretty sure Boom Guy's going to be there too. But I think there's going to be a group of us chatting at 7 p.m. So if you're interested in MCDC and other people talking about it, head over to Brant's channel tonight. I don't know if you are able to drop a link, Brant, but if you are, drop it. I just don't remember the rules. A lot of Civil War villains outside of PvP. Do you have one that you're vibing with a lot? Driving down to the portal for Brant's event. Nice. To get Civil War only to realize Canada is getting it the same day. Nice. Cap. Hail Hydra. I'm never gonna remember these. Is Spider-Woman registration or resistance? It's gonna be on the front of the cover. Spider-Woman is resistance. No, registration. No, resistance. Jeez. So we need resistance cards. I'm just going to pull random, because that seems fun. I like how you're able to modulate the main scheme. I think that's a really fun way to do that. Let's go Secret Avengers. Wait. Yeah, Secret Avengers. Let's go New Avengers. Hit us with that teamwork. Josh from the Hills Have Nerds was using a Hydra health dial for leader of Captain America. Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. Oh yeah, I need... Two, 4, 6. CW mods and other leaders. Nice. Choosing swords. Well, let's do Cloak and Dagger, because they seem mean. I thought they looked interesting. Can't wait to modify Taskmaster scenario with these mod sets. It'll be super thematic after reading Initiative storyline that followed Civil War in the comics. Nice. It does feel like you're going to be able to just make so many thematic matchups now. Oh, I'm going to have so many cards to deal with. These are like the PvP cards. So like whenever you defeat that choosing side, you can grab like this card. Which is pretty cool. I think it was Mana's Obsolete was running a Domino recursion deck built to grab the Futurist. So Domino was just able to recur and play the Futurist over and over and then force threat. So use your Iron Man leader schemes. Do not give him a boost card. Play it, flip down, pull it back, play it again. And so that seemed very scary. We did not play against them. But that would have been brutal. I may need to... I've lost a Standard card. Dark Designs, Evil Alliance, drawing near, nowhere safe. I'm missing a Sinister Strike. Good thing we got new ones. Just going to grab a Sinister Strike from here and call it a day, and I will find it later. All these mods will be amazing in the Mysterio scenario. Nice. That's a fun shout. Alrighty. Spider-Man versus Mysterio with all the Spider-Man minion. Nice. Okay, so superhero resistance. We're going to find the Spider-Woman sightseeing, which is self-propelled glide. When Spider-Woman would take damage from an attack, reduce the amount of damage she takes by 1 for each skill counter on finesse. Also, I realized that I didn't talk about this deck. It's a dive bomb deck. We'll have some fun with it. And then we've got each minion gains guard. So all minions have guard. Spider-Woman. The enemy team finds finesse and attaches it to Spider-Woman. Finesse is max 3 skill counters. When a treachery is revealed, place a skill counter here. And then whenever she attacks, she gets +1 for each skill counter on finesse, and you're going to remove all the skill counters. Brutal in multiplayer, by the way. We're going to be playing with Hulkling, so Teddy. We've got a starting health of 13, which is the saddest thing I've ever seen printed on a hero's health. Because 14 gets you access to a lot of really cool cards. But he's fine. He's fine with the 13 health. Spider-Woman starts out with 17. The idea behind this deck is to be in wing shape for a lot of the game. And then work with playing a lot of events. Wing shape accesses dive bomb, which works really well in multiplayer. We'll see how it works here. But I do like the fact that you can be fairly successful without kind of the rotating shapes, which is kind of fun. A lot of really cool cards. 2 cards. Alrighty. So each minion has guard. Spider-Woman is going to hurt us. And Teddy cannot have more than 1 shapeshift upgrade in play. And we can search our deck for a shapeshift upgrade and add it to our hand. I'm also really interested in playing Tigra as well as Teddy with Cable and utilize Body Slide to go down because they both have really solid alter ego abilities. Played against her in our event. She's kind of... How many players did you play? Because I think Spider-Woman is easier the less players you have. All right, we got Hone Technique, which is beautiful. Hope Summers, another Honed, Assess, and an Impersonation. Probably not playing Impersonation. And toss one of the Hone Techniques. Okay, how does... Math is hard. I'm going to toss the Assess situation. I'm going to hang on to Hope just in case we do draw another double. We can potentially play Hope, get Shapeshifter, then use that to get our double. So we got Hope, EMH, Intimidation Shape, and Assess situation. Beautiful. Let's go find Winged Shape using our Shapeshifter ability. 2, you and your friend. Yeah, I think Spider-Woman, because you have the chance of resolving like double the amount of treacheries in a 4-player game, she's hitting for 5 a lot more frequently than she is in a lower player count game. Yeah. Okay. Let's flip up to Hulkling. We're going to use Intimidation and Winged Shape to play Hope Summers. When she enters play, we get to go find a superpower card. We're going to grab our 0-cost double shapeshifter. This combo works better if you already have a shape out, but it's not a bad start, because now we can go shapeshifter, grab intimidation, go Earth's Mightiest Heroes and intimidation to play a hone technique, and then we will play assess situation, and then we'll take out self-propel glide with a thwart here and a thwart here. That's the other thing that I found working well in multiplayer. No idea if it's going to work well here in true solo, but not going into a shape in turn 1 was fine. I found myself being okay with that, just because he has so much access to his shapes that didn't seem to be an issue. We did PvP 2v2. Oh, we were kind of talking about it. There's really nothing outside of the rules saying you cannot do 4v4, and then just like time. I was talking what Shibi called out. Yeah, a 4-player game in like a cooperative. Stand up. We got a clobber, armored shape, alien physiology, precision strike, and a dive bomb. Cool. We got one threat here. Spider-Woman is going to attack us for 2. I'm going to take it on the chin. It's going to be 2 + 3. Of course it is. There are not many boost icons in these mod sets until you get attacked undefended. And then our encounter card is drawing near. Alrighty. At the start, we'll discard. We'll put a counter onto Pursued by the Past. We're drawing near. I've played so much Marvel Champions in the last, like, 5 days. I love it. Sweet. Okay. I want to get rid of drawing nearer. So I can play Clobber, pop this back to my hand, use this to play Alien Physiology, flip down and grab Wing Shape, and play that, and then we can toss drawing near next turn. I feel like I just want to play Alien Physiology or play Clobber just because I can. I guess I could just drawing near and grab the double and then pitch the double. Let's do it. So Precision Strike, fulfilling the mental requirement, and Dive Bomb will play Clobber. So we'll deal 5 damage here. And then Clobber pops back to our hand. We got Armored Shape and Clobber. We'll play Alien Physiology. Hope will thwart this down to 0. I'm going to flip down. I'm going to heal for 4 at 8, go up to 12. And we'll grab Intimidation, and then we'll discard Intimidation to get rid of drawing near. Okay. Stand up. I love Impersonation. I think that's a really cool card. It's the thwart event that removes 4 threat. If you deplete the scheme, then you get to change forms. So cool. 5 cards. We got Armored Defense, Altman Residence, that's a nice time to pull that. Assess situation. Dive Bomb, that's 4. Clobber is 5. Nope, we only get 5 cards because it's Teddy. Okay. So we got 1 threat on the main, and the Spider Woman's going to scheme for 2. 5 to 4, so 5 total on the main. Then our encounter card is Under Fire. Ooh, Surge. Goliath, Teamwork and Avenger. When defeated, give this card to the enemy leader as a face-down boost card. Then we got Pheromones. You are stunned and confused. Under Fire was a treachery. So is Pheromones. So we're going to max out our counters here. So next turn, she's attacking for 5. Stunned and confused. Pheromones is a good card. Nice. Okay, well, that's terrifying. Let's go find Wing Shape. Using Shape Changer. I'm going to use Clobber to play Altman Residence. We're going to exhaust and heal 2 damage. Only heal 1. And then we're going to shuffle in Shapeshifter to our deck. We need Hope to block because I don't want to take a hit of 5. I guess I have an armored defense. Nope, that doesn't really work. Alright, let's flip up to Hulkling. Let's go ahead and Thwart to remove Confuse. I'll use Alien Physiology to play Wing Shape, which will ready me. Alien Physiology generates a wild resource or 2 wild resources if you use it to pay for a Hulkling card. I'll play Assess Situation. Oh, bad exhaust. Move 2 threat from here. Takes us down to 3. I think I'm going to basic to get rid of the stun, and I'm going to hold on to my Dive Bomb for next turn. We're going to pitch Armor Defense, and we'll stand up. 6 card hand size. Hey, there's an Armor Defense. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. There is Impersonation. That could be kind of fun. Shapeshifter, beautiful. And a Wasp. We got 4 threat here. Spider-Woman's going to attack. I'm going to block with Hope. So she's attacking for 5. If Cloak is in play, reveal Dagger. Otherwise, deal 1 damage to a character you control. I'm going to do that to Hulkling. We'll remove the counters here. And then Hope is uber gone. Boom. And counter card is Freedom Fighters. This is the Treachery. Resolve the boost ability. Oh, and did I have did I just discard Goliath? What did I do? I feel like I pulled him out. I'm pretty sure I had him out because I was like, when I defeat him, I need to remember to put, but I don't think I ever actually attacked him. So I think he's still out. Huh, okay. Resolve the boost ability. Give the enemy leader a tough status card. This is what happens when you've played for 40 hours recently. Cool. And Goliath has guard. So we have to get rid of that. Okay. How do we want to do this? We take 2 damage from Goliath's attack. So I definitely want an impersonation to clear the main, flip down, heal up, and then grab a double. I accidentally discarded him when you okay, when I resolved pheromones. Sweet. Okay. Okay, so I didn't miss anything. Or should I have clobbered Goliath? Was he out? Was that before or after? I think that was turn 1. So I think Spider-Woman needs 5 health. No, because I was confused, and if I did it with pheromones, that was the last turn. Okay, we're good. We're good. Thank you, I appreciate that. Don't know if I'm playing Dive Bomb at this point, mainly because of that guard. That's annoying. The thing is we have a lot of doubles. I think I switch into Hulk shape to take out Goliath. That feels decent. We can go Wasp. I guess we don't have to. So let's go ahead and punch here for 2. Let's use Alien Physiology and Earth's Mightiest Heroes to play Wasp with 2 counters on her. And then we'll use Wasp to take out Goliath. She has 1 health left. Then give this card to the enemy as a face down boost card. So she's going to get a tough again. So I don't think that there's any reason for us to knock that tough off of her. Let's play Shapeshifter to go grab Intimidation Shape. The reason that I really like this build is you can always grab the double so that you can always trigger Hone Technique. Whenever you go grab a Shapeshifter, you can grab something that can always pay for the Hone Technique kicker. I think that's pretty cool. Let's use I guess we can exhaust Wing Shape to remove 2 threat here. Let's use Imitation to play Impersonation. We'll clear here. We'll flip down to Alter Ego. We'll use Altman Resonance to heal for 2 damage. And we will shuffle Shapeshifter back in. Okay. I don't have... I don't think I have Avengers Mansion in here, but I do think Avengers Mansion makes it into most of his decks. He just has he's so rich that you can play him. Pay for Avengers Mansion. And then we'll go find a double. We'll grab Intimidation Shape. We'll flip back up. We'll pitch this and we'll stand up. But we're going to set ourselves up to Dive Bomb next round. Got Spoiling for a fight. Precision Strike. And another Spoiling for a fight. That does not work really well with Dive Bomb because they all have guard. We got 1 thread here. We know this is going to be a 2 boost. 3. We'll block with Wasp. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. Place a pursuit counter. That's going to be enough to knock out Wasp. And clear Finesse. And our encounter card is Hercules. When defeated, get this to a... Okay, so that's not great for the Dive Bomb stuff. Honestly, I may just let it pop. Where's the fun in that? Okay. Yeah, the teamwork also really hurts for spoiling, which is kind of fun. Let's go ahead and punch here for 2. I'm going to use a spoiling for a fight to play a precision strike to deal 2 damage here and heal 1 damage from Hulkling. When defeated, we deal this to her. Wing shape will clear here. We've got Altman Residence. Or no, I'm sorry. Alien Physiology will play Intimidation shape, which will ready. There. I'm going to spoil for a fight. Discard till we get a minion. Wait, I get to ready. So I will knock the tough with the attack. And then discard for a minion. Uh-oh. Oh, no. There's Cloak. Dagger's in the discard pile. Wind Revealed, we're putting it into play, so no Wind Revealed effects happen. Then I get to ready. I will punch Cloak for 1. Boom. And I'm going to flip down Altman Residence. I'm going to grab a Shapeshifter Strike and shuffle that back in. I'm going to go ahead and grab Wing Shape using his ability, and we're going to hold it because we're going to play it next turn. Okay. Stand up. Blade. Genius. Iron Lad. Genius is the only double I have in here. So I did not run Strength or Energy. It's just Genius 4 Hone Technique. And Clobber. Nice. She's going to scheme for 2. I am stunned. Exhaust a character you control. And, okay, so just 2. 4. Brings this up to 5. Encounter card. Exhaustion Surge. Exhaust your identity. Joke's on you. Sinister Strike. Place a pursuit cap. Then it surges. Well, so Spider-Woman's okay with Surge. We got Black Panther. Teamwork with Avenger. Cloak is a defender. So nothing there. Okay. Let's go grab a double. Grab Armored Shape. Altman Residence to go Impersonation into the deck. Okay. Flip up. We will use a Genius to clobber Black Panther. Clobber bounces back to our hand. Intimidation Shape draws us a card. Black Panther is defeated, which he will exhaust each upgrade we control. That's now exhausted. Oh, I'm stunned. Shoot. Okay, so Black Panther's still around. I think I just have to get rid of... I think it replaces the entire effect. So I don't actually get clobber. That's fine. I think instead of Armored Shape, I'm going to use my ability to go grab Hulk Shape. Because I need some more damage. Alright. We're going to use Alien Physiology to play Hulk Shape, which will ready us. Oh, I drew a card as well, which was, I believe, Earth's Mightiest Hero. I don't get to do that. So +2 attack, +1 defense, After we play an event, we can exhaust to deal 2 damage to an enemy. Then I'm going to swing into Cloak. Take Cloak out. Use Wing Shape to play Iron Lad. I know I have Shapeshifter coming, so I'm not too worried about pitching Wing Shape because I'm about to be able to tutor it. Then we'll stand up. I'm going to hold Blade. And then we've got Hall of Heroes. 1 by 1. Ooh. There it is. And a Shapeshifter Strike. 1 threat here. Spider-Woman's going to attack us for 4 plus a boost. I'm honestly going to take it. 1 gets +1 for each status card. So it's going to be 5, 7. Down to 6. The flexibility to change gears with him is really, yeah. It's incredibly good. Hey, we got Falcon with teamwork. Nice. So he's going to hit us for 2. I will take it. It's a sequencing puzzle. It's a huge sequencing puzzle. Yeah, it's impressive. Okay. Let's use Shapeshifter to grab a winged shape. That's going to trigger Hulk Shape to deal 2 damage to Black Panther. Okay. Wing Shape will play Hall of Heroes. I also really like Hall of Heroes in this deck because you can take out 3 Impersonation to flip down, draw your cards, and flip right back up, which is a fun little combo. Got Alien Physiology to play 1 by 1, which means that it's a mental. So we will take both of these guys out because it's now a 3/3. Deal those both to her as a face down encounter card, or face down boost card. And that's 2 counters on Hall of Heroes. I'm going to use Shapeshifter Strike to play Blade. Then we got Iron Lad. I'm going to exhaust Blade to thwart 2 off of here. Takes us down to 4. 1 damage there. Then I'm going to flip down to Alter Ego, knowing that I'm losing this, but I feel like the guard minions are really hindering my dive bomb plans. Plus, I want to heal for 4, 6 to take me up to 10. And then I can shuffle in Shapeshifter again. It sure seems really good. We still have not hit Whiffin. Usually with Altman Residence, I'm shuffling in his... I'm shuffling in Wiccan. Okay, stand up. We get 6 or 5. What do we got? EMH. There he is. Hey, I do have Avengers Mansion in here. Shapeshifter Strike. I did not grab a double with him last turn. I probably should have. Oh well. Because I like grabbing a double and then holding it. Okay. We're going to go 1. Spider-Woman's going to scheme for 2. 3. Actually, technically. Exhaust each upgrade we control. Then I am confused. And +2, so we're going to pop this. The enemy leader gets +1 attack while attacking, or +2 if it's undefeated. Starts out with 0 and it pops at 9. But now we don't have guards. Encounter card, Containment Immunity. When she would be stunned or confused, we discard this card instead and give her a tough status card. Cool. Let me go grab... Yeah, that's going to be fun. Let me go grab a double. Does not matter because I'm going to be spending it. I'm going to Altman Residence to heal for 2. And I'm going to shuffle a double in. I'm going to shuffle Intimidation Shape into, because I only have 4 cards, this will be my next hand. Well, it keeps putting the minions as boost cards. That's their effect. So they have a when defeated, give this to the enemy, or give this to the leader as a boost, face down boost card. So like it's kind of a cool like play cycle, because you get like all of the minions are not horrible, they're not great, but then they also have this additional effect after they're discarded, which is kind of fun. All right. Teddy Altman is going to flip to Hulkling. I think we're a little far in to play Mansion at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Wing Shape to play Whiffin. It's going to grab us Shapeshifter. Is that in my deck? It is. Dang. I'm actually not going to use Wing Shape. I'm going to use Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Avengers Mansion instead of Wing Shape. Hulkling is going to swing in for 3. Take her down to 9. Shapeshifter will grab a double. Got Wing Shape to play Shapeshifter Strike. So 5 damage we can ready, and then we'll respond to deal 2 more damage. So that's going to be 7 damage, taking her down to 2. And then we will have Iron Lad and Exhaust Blade to push Spider-Woman. That was a little silly, wasn't it? Oh well. Because now I can't play the Shapeshifter Strike, but that's fine. So Spider-Woman on stage 4. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card, and then she cannot take any more damage this phase. So we get an encounter card. And then now she's steady. Whiffin's going to hang out. I think we're going to stand up. Oh, and how much health does she have? 21. That's a lot of health. Okay. How many cards? Okay, so I think I'm going to not discard any of these cards just so I don't deck out. Yeah. So we'll draw 3 cards. Dive Bomb. There you go. Well, I do have Impersonation, so I'm going to be able to Impersonation, flip down, grab Wing Shape, potentially play Dive Bomb. It'll depend on if this is a minion or not, I think. Let's go 1. She's going to attack for 3 plus a boost. I'm going to block with Whiffin so I can get him back in the reshuffle. We're getting our nemesis, which is Super Scroll. When he attacks, discard the top card of your deck. No! Because that's going to deck me out and get me the encounter card. Okay. We got Scroll Business. After any number of cards are discarded from the top of a player's deck, place those cards face down under this scheme. And then we got 3 cards going into a 2-card deck. That's tough. Well, at least Super Scroll's out here. If we can kill Super Scroll, that'll be nice. Okay. It comes in with 5. And we have an acceleration token. Super Scroll is going to attack. We're going to discard a mental, which is discard 1 card from my hand. Yikes. And my deck is now going to reset. We get this card. This is bad, team. I'm taking 1. Intimidation is, I think, actually in the reshuffle. But then the card that I discard is not. Discard Hulk. We got 3 encounter cards. Oh, and Intimidation is actually not in my deck because it's under here. Alrighty. First up, you're coming with me. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Take 1 damage for each different resource icon discarded. We got 1, 2, 3. We hit 3. And we got Clobber. Wing shape is gone. That's brutal. An impersonation. We do have an impersonation. So we'll take 3 damage. Go down to 8. Fantastic powers. Attach meaning gets +3 hit points and retaliate 1. Find Super Scroll, put him into play. It's a +1/+1. And then he's attacking me for 2. And he gets a tough status card. So I'll take 2 damage. Down to 6. And then we got Pheromones. You're stunned and confused. And that was 1, 2, 3. So we're up to 3 counters on Finesse. And this is why it can change very, very quickly. Yikes. Okay. That's terrifying. Spider-Woman is fun to play against, eh? She's mean. Okay. How are we going to do this? Don't think that should be exhausted. Okay. I'm going to exhaust. Okay. I'm going to exhaust to get rid of the stun. Okay. No, wing shape is in. Wing shape is there. I'm going to exhaust to get rid of confused. I was like, I can get wing shape to dive bomb. With the deck reset, it's 2 dive bombs and I win the game. I have not been able to watch any of JoJo's. So I cannot dive bomb. Okay. So that changes stuff. Oh, that was tough. That was really brutal. Iron Lad will thwart 1 off of here. Take it down to 4. I will Alien Physiology to Impersonation to clear here. Those discard. That's gone. That's gone. Then I can flip down to Alter Ego because I removed the last threat. Altman, I was really hoping I could take out Super Scroll and then hit Hall of Heroes. Iron Lad and Hulk is a lot of fun. I'll grab Wing Shape using his ability. And then I will heal for 2 with Altman Residence and shuffle in Intimidation Shake. Okay. I'll flip up. I will use Blade to attack Super Scroll, discarding this physical to knock the tough. Then he has Retaliate 1. Oh, it's +3 hit points. I thought it was +2. No. We'll go Armored Shape to play Shapeshifter Strike. And then we'll deal 7 here. I thought that was going to be a clean kill, but it is not, unfortunately. Hey, thank you for... I stopped looking at Twitch. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm conditioned for that sound now. Okay. Well, that was fun. Oh, I am stunned. Alright, so none of that damage goes on. And that just removes stun. Oof. Alrighty, we'll hold on to Wing Shape. Uh-oh. Spoiling for a fight. Hone Technique. Genius. Shapeshifter. Alrighty. I'm really excited for Air Support deck. Kind of wish they give it the vehicle trait. For Hulkling. That'd be cool. We got 2. I'm going to block with Blade. It's going to be 3, 6, 7. It's going to be enough to send Blade to the Shadow Realm. And then we got 2 damage here from Super Scroll. And I discard the top card. It's a mental. Discard 1 card from your hand. Ugh. Discard Hone Technique. My encounter card. Venom Blast. Spider-Woman attacks you. She gains ranged. So she's attacking me for 3, 4. I'll defend. 5, 6. I defended for 2, so I'm down to 2. Oof. This is a bad team. We was feeling much better a while ago. Air cover to keep fetching a tactic for Tigra. That's cool. Yo, I'm scared. Also, this is clear. There's just a lot of stun confuse. Okay. Let's go Shapeshifter to grab a Shapeshift upgrade. I'll grab Armored Shape. I'm going to spoil for a fight. Discard until we get a minion, which is Falcon. Then I get to ready. I'm going to Hulk Shape to deal 2 damage to Super Scroll. We've got a basic attack here for 3, which will deal that to a face down and counter card. And get a counter on Hall of Heroes. We've got, what do I want? I think I want to end in winged. So we're going to go alien to swap Hulk shape for armored shape, which will ready me. +1 attack, +2 defense, and retaliate 1. Super Scroll. Super Scroll is Super Duper Scroll. Like there's a world in which I flip down in Hall of Heroes just to see if I can get a answer. But I'm getting a little nervous. I think what I'm going to do is I'm instead going to play wing shape. I'm going to thwart 2 here. I'm going to flip down to Teddy. I'm going to heal for 2. We'll shuffle in Shapeshifter. Okay, so we're looking at a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we hit a 2 boost, we lose. So I think we have to Hall of Heroes. For 3, hopefully we get an ally. Shapeshifter. Dive Bomb. Wasp. Okay, we got a Wasp. I don't know why I thought an ally was going to help. That was silly. Go armored and shapeshifter to play Wasp. Actually, no. We're just going to go... We'll just go armored to play Wasp, and then Wasp will throw 3 damage into Super Scroll. That's going to knock her out. And then we hope we don't lose. Stand up. Got Dive Bomb, Shapeshifter, and a Genius. I'm going to hold on to him. It's 3. Cess is 4. And another Dive Bomb is 5. Okay. So we got 2. Spider-Woman scheming for 3. I am confused. +3. That's game. That was brutal. Wasp has 1 more. No, Wasp only gets a counter for each lightning she gets, and the double that I used was a lightning physical, so it's only 1 counter, unfortunately. That was brutal. Super Scroll was mean. Yikes. Wow. The deck probably... Okay, so I think what I would modify for the deck... I would throw more allies in here that have higher thwart. I think thwarting was where I was really struggling. But... yeah, we just got absolutely dunked on. Yeah, she just throws out statuses. Dang, yeah. I'm not quite sure what. I could have stayed up, maybe. I would have died, though, if I had stayed up. Huh. Wow. I think I'm going to call it there. I'm realizing I'm very tired. But I think I'm going to try and get back either on Thursday or Friday to play some more Hulkling. And then we'll talk about a little bit of his aspect stuff then. But I'm realizing I was like, I don't think I have a deck build in me right now. That being said, let's actually, you know what? No, I don't have a deck build in me, but I already have a deck built. And that's a Tiger deck. Let's try that. So, yeah, yeah. The con takes it out of Con takes it out of you for sure. I want to run against the same setup just because that was meaner than I was expecting it to be. And so I want to run against this same setup. I'm going to pull out all of the encounter, or the Hulkling cards. But I think I have a gameplay in me, but not a deck build in me. And good news is that I have a lot of decks built. One, two, three, four, five. We need one more. Which is his side. Nope, not his side scheme. There we go. All right. Oof. Yeah, that was something. So we have to go find her side. Oh yeah, I'm not down, am I? Let's go find her side scheme. Self-propelled glide. I think I'm also gonna switch up the main schemes. But I thought the combo was kind of brutal, so we're gonna keep that. I need to label the deck boxes next round, or next time that I go to a con. I spent a lot of time trying to find the cards. There they are. 1A. There we go. Cool. Alrighty. So 317. This just shuffled in. And Tigra is right here. Greer Nelson. Labels help. I did it for Con of Heroes, but I didn't have as much time to prep for this one. Tried to keep my heroes in alphabetical order, but the encounter boxes were getting all mixed up. I tried to do like aspect colors for the boxes, but I didn't have enough of all of the box colors. And then because I had multiple aspects or multiple heroes for each aspect, that was starting to mess with it. And then on top of that, I was running like Adam Warlock, which was a multi-aspect hero. It was just funny. Cool. This is a this is not a finalized deck list, I don't think, but this is something that I am also looking at publishing. This is a leadership Tigra deck, all about utilizing regroup, and it was mainly built for a 4-player game. However, regroup I think works really well here because you can summon minions and then use all your allies to chump block, pop them back to your hand with the regroup, and then play them again. And my ally lineups are a lot of card draw. And so I'm drawing into her Tooth and Claw event, which is just a lot of damage really fast. And so that's kind of the idea behind the deck. I think I want to run a strength in numbers in here. And there's a couple other tweaks that I want to make before I publish it, but I was really, really happy with the deck when I played it, at least in multiplayer. I think it will be good true solo as well. Alrighty. The enemy leader gains steady. Alrighty. That comes in with 7, or cap of 7. Got that set up. Tigra. Oh, we got a Hunted turn 1. Cat Head Amulet turn 1. Tooth and Claw. Feline Senses. Helicarrier. And another Hunted. That's so beautiful. I'm going to mulligan. I'm going to keep the Helicarrier. I'm going to mulligan these two. Hunted. Oh, yeah, because the Cat Head Amulet can pay for the Helicarrier. Yeah. Moon Knight, silly card. And a Cat-like Reflexes. Triple Hunted turn 1. It's silly. Oh, yeah, also, she can easily pay for the Cersei. Because she's going to have like 900 cards in hand. There's the Hunted. The other thing I enjoy about Hunted is you can play it in Alter Ego and go grab Quick Strike minions. Super fun. Alrighty. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's hunt. Oh yeah, these have okay, we can figure this out. Goliath, I'm okay bringing out. I don't really want to bring out Dagger or Cloak. Those are not fun ones to bring out. And all the other ones have teamwork, which is fine. Black Panther, Spectrum. I think I'd rather bring out Spectrum than Panther. We can go Hercules. Yeah. Hulkling is so rich. He is. They're some of the richest heroes in the game. Falcon is fighting for his life for resources. Amulet and 200, search for the third. Oh, dude, yeah. Alright, so we're going to resolve this in terms of Spectrum, Goliath, then Hercules. Goliath and Hercules will activate by thwarting 2 here. Or scheming for 2 there. Then they are stunned. Stun. Okay. I will flip up to hero form. I'm going to use Moon Knight and Cat-like Reflexes to play the Amulet, and the Amulet will play the Helicarrier. Tigra will thwart here for 1. Beautiful. We're going to draw 3 cards. Got to square it off. A Pixie, Genius, Hawkeye, and a Regroup. Nice. Okay. 1 threat here. Spider-Woman's going to attack us for 2 plus a boost. Actually, 2 threat here, sorry. Because of the acceleration. 2, I'm going to take it. 3 total. I go down to 7. And then these guys are stunned. Encounter card. Treachery. Surge under fire. So we get a counter. Secret Avengers. When defeated, the enemy team searches the top 5 cards of the encounter deck for a card. Give that card to the enemy leader as a face-down boost card. That comes in with 4. And drawing near. Okay. We will discard the Cersei. That's sad. To drawing near, because I very easily could have played the Cersei. And then we will draw Avengers Mansion, Rapid Response, and a Squared Off. Cool. Let's Cat Head Amulet Squared Off for a Avengers Mansion. I will exhaust and draw for Avengers Mansion. We got a Genius, a Helicarrier, and a Squared Off to play Nick Fury. Draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I will use a Regroup to play a Regroup. How do we want to do this? Do we have any X-Men? This was all about recurring beast. So like I think the non-PvP version would cut out Pixie, but I want one more resource. I think I'm going to go Pixie, Rapid Response, and MedLab to play Hawkeye. Comes in with counters. Don't think it's going to really matter. Okay, so we have Nick blocking for Spider-Woman, Hawkeye blocking for Hercules. I can tank Goliath, so we probably want to... I don't want to kill Spectrum because that's going to exhaust a character I control. Tough status card if they were already tough. Wanted to do that. Or we could just clear Secret Avengers and then tank the hit. That's what we want to do. So we'll go 1, 3, 4 to clear here. Search the top 5 cards for a boost card. 3, 4, 5. Reveal this card for a +1. This is worst case scenario is what we're doing. You are confused if you're already confused, or pursued by the past. I think I'm going to go with Falcon, and that gets it out of the deck as well. I'm chump blocking with Hawkeye though, because I have regroup, so I'll pull him back. So that's the idea, is now I will have 10 cards in my hand next turn, because I'll chump block with both of these guys and pull them right back. I'm going to hang on to Precinct HQ because it's an incredibly good card. Okay, I'm going to stand up. We're going to draw a White Tiger, amazing in Civil War. A Strength, beautiful. Cat-like reflexes. Sharp Claws, 2, 4, 5. I don't think I actually added my other regroup in here. I meant to add a third regroup. Okay, we got 4. Spider-Woman's going to attack. I'm going to block with Nick. Actually, it's going to be 5. It's self-propel glide. Yeah, so 3 total. Nick Fury comes back to my hand because of regroup. And I'm confused. Hercules is going to attack. I will block with Hawkeye. Pull him back to my hand. And then we've got a 2 attack. We've got 4 damage. I'm going to block one of them and take 2. And counter card is Cloak. When revealed, place 2 threat on a scheme. In competitive mode, remove 2 threats from a scheme. I'm going to place 2 threat on self-propelled glide because I don't want to pop the main. Regroup goes away. Here we go. So start a turn. I will draw 3. Make the call. Tooth and Claw. And make the call. Mansion will draw me 1. Feline Senses. So yeah. Pretty sick hand. I'm going to play Tooth and Claw for free. To knock out Hercules and Cloak, which will ready me. Then this is going to stun me on the boost. Because Tooth and Claw gets reduced. Oh, ooh. I'm going to place a counter there. Oh, actually before that, I'm going to Cathead Amulet to play White Tiger and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Squirrel Girl is good, turns out. Okay. What are we doing? Let's go Helicarrier, Energy, squared off. How many cards do I have? Yeah. To play Nick. Draw 3 cards. Make the call, Tooth and Claw, and the Triskelion. Nick will thwart 2 off of Self-Propel Glide, taking it down to 3. Tiger will thwart to remove Confuse. And then we will use Make the Call and Make the Call to play Feline Senses to remove 3 threat from here. Then I can stun a minion, which will be Goliath. Okay. Self-Propel Glide is cleared. White Tiger will thwart off the main here, down to 3. Yeah, I need one more regroup in here. I'm going to go Strength for Precinct HQ. I'm going to go Tooth and Claw to play Sharp Claws. Hawkeye and Make the Call will play Squirrel Girl, which will deal damage to everybody. We'll drop a Triskelion. And then Squirrel Girl will thwart 1 off of here. Take that down to 2. Then we'll stand up. Okay. We got Sharp Claws and Counter Card. Yeah, but with Body Slide, like if you pair Tiger with Cable, Body Slide would allow you to go grab Hunted, trigger Precinct HQ. It just seems really good. So we have got Sharp Claws, squared off, Energy, Feline Senses. That's a tough hand. I guess I have. Oh, I'm going to draw a billion cards. Tiger has so much money. Let's go 1 threat here. We'll block with Nick on the attack of 2, 3. I am stunned. If Cloak is in play, otherwise deal 1 damage to a character you control. Go there. Then that's going to knock Nick out. We're stunned here. And Spectrum is going to hit for 2. I will block with Squirrel Girl. We got 2 encounters. No, we're safe. Place a pursuit counter. I never did that for the drawing near. I can just tell I'm tired. Place a pursuit counter, discard an upgrade or support. Discard Sharp Claws. And that's a Treachery. Boom. Then we've got Pheromone, Stunned and Confused. Yo-ho-ho. And that takes us up to 3 counters here. And Confused. Yeah, Spider-Woman is mean. Okay. Started my turn. Discard here. Place 1 on. Oh, I put it there. That's what I did. There's 1 there. I'll draw 2 cards. Tooth and Claw and a regroup. Perfect. Okay. I was like, Mansion will draw us into a Tooth and Claw. Okay. I don't mind dealing Spectrum to her as an encounter card at this point. So let's go ahead and attack to remove stun. I'm going to Amulet for Tooth and Claw to take out Spectrum and deal 4 damage here. Take her down to 12. I get to ready because I just knocked out someone with Hunted. Okay. I'm going to Thwart to remove the Confuse. I'm going to play Feline Senses to clear here, and then stun Goliath. Got squared off to play Sharp Claws. I'm going to flip down to Alter Ego. I'm going to discard Tooth and Claw to get rid of drawing near. And that's going to be my turn. Actually, I'm going to go grab a Hunted and hold it. Okay, so that's my hand. I'm going to draw up to 6. Got the second regroup. That's sad. Tooth and Claw. Make the call. That'll be nice. And a rapid response. I wonder if any of the Leadership Attack Avenger cards good in Tigra. Can you remind me what those are? She's going to scheme for 2. Exhausted character. I'm going to exhaust White Tiger. Reveal this card. So 3 total. 4. So 5. All for 1. Oh. That's interesting. Maybe. Because she... Is that the one where you... No, let's go all out. What is all for 1? Deal 3 damage to an enemy and exhaust any number of adventure characters you control. Deal 1 additional damage for each character exhausted this way. That's interesting. I don't know. Switching sides. Discard an ally you control. No! That's sad. I was really hoping to save her for the regroup so that I could continue on. Alrighty. Well, Precinct HQ to remove 1 threat from here. These are all ready. We'll go Mansion to draw into a Med Lab. Med Lab is probably getting cut from the solo deck, but Med Lab is in here because of Maria Hill, which is not in here right now. That's because Maria Hill's in my Warlock deck. So Maria Hill needs to be in this deck, but Med Lab allows you to play Maria Hill out of turn. Yeah, that would be important. I'm gonna go Hunted to grab Hercules. Yeah, the teamwork is brutal. Is the teamwork a win revealed or put into play effect? I think it's a win revealed, so I don't think the teamwork triggers here. Now that I'm thinking about it. I got Cloak. Oh, I'm gonna grab another Hunted. Teamwork is entered play. Okay. That's sad. They need to somehow, like... I wish that they had symbols. So, like, you could put a symbol next to the keyword to have a win engaged, win enters play, and win revealed symbol. That'd be very helpful. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and heal for 3. That's not. I'm gonna flip up. We're gonna cat head amulet and a med lab to play make the call to grab Nick. Nick draws me cat-like reflexes, rapid response, and a Moon Knight. We'll go Helicarrier. And a rapid response to play a rapid response. Nick will thwart 2 here. Okay. We're going to go ahead and play. I'm going to use cat-like reflexes to play Moon Knight. Yeah, the teamwork is kind of brutal here. I can take something that attacks me. Go Falcon. I'll take 2 damage and then stun and confuse him. Moon Knight will thwart 2 here. Moon Knight's a very, very, very good ally. And then we've got Tooth and Claw, which plays for free to hit Spider-Woman for 8. That's going to take her to 4. Okay. I'm going to hold both my regroups. If I had another one, I would not, but I'm going to hold both of them. We'll stand up. The minion that just enters activates. Yeah, he attacked me. The minion who enters play activates. Yep. It used to be all of them, and that was brutal. We got cat-like reflexes, genius, strength. Alrighty. We're going to have a lot of cards, though, so that'll be fun. I'm going to place one here. Spider-Woman's going to attack us for 5 plus a boost card. I'm going to block with Nick. +1. I'm going to rapid response Nick in and draw 3 cards. Feline, Cersei, beautiful, and square it off. But you can see, like, she can easily play Cersei. Because I'm going to draw 3 more cards. And then I have a 3 resource generator here. These are all stunned. Then our encounter card. Because I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep. Dang, I'm not going to get to draw the cards. I can't. I'm going to flip down and exhaust to remove this from the game. But I can't have all of them activate. That's sad. That's really sad. Oh well. At least I get to Precinct HQ for $1 billion. Do I actually want to do that? Nick Fury goes away. Before I Precinct HQ, I'm going to Mansion to draw a card into Hawkeye. Gonna make the call. We got another Make the Call in our deck. I don't think I have any card draw though. I'll Amulet for Hawkeye. Comes in with some arrows. I think I'm not going to pre-sync because I want a Feline. So let's flip up to Tigra. I'm going to use Strength to Feline Senses to clear here. And then stun Hercules. Got to square it off to play a regroup. And then Cersei will play Cat-like Reflexes. Oh, wait. Actually, Helicarrier will play Cat-like Reflexes. Moon Knight will go ahead and yeah, that forcing a flip was kind of tough. Really wanted to draw those cards. Yeah, Moon Knight's so good. Yeah, the teamwork is not great. I guess Moon Knight will go 2 damage to Cloak. Hawkeye will go 1 damage to Herc. I have not tried the new challenge, no. It's the strength and diversity thing, right? Let's stand up. Got Cersei, regroup, Genius. I'm going to hold those. We got Pixie. Also, Beast isn't in this deck. This is not even a 50-card deck team. This is going to be modified and redone. Because a lot of these cards are in other decks, and oops. Oh well. Got 1 threat on going undercover. She's going to attack. I'm going to block with Moon Knight. 2. Exhaust each upgrade you control. No. Moon Knight comes back to hand. Got a block here with Goliath. Hawkeye comes back to hand. Stun. And then I take 3. Yeah, I'll take the 3. The did the Adam Warlock deck that we did this one, Hulkling Aggression, Groot Justice, Wasp Aggression, Scarlet Witch Justice, Vision Leadership, I don't remember the rest. We got New Avengers. When defeated, shuffle each minion in the discard pile into the encounter deck. That comes in with 4. And Freedom Fighters. Resolve the boost ability of each minion in play. Uh-oh. Give the enemy leader a tough status card. You are stunned. Oh, this is a brutal counter. Daggers in replay. Reveal cloak. Otherwise, place 1 threat on a scheme. You are confused. Team. Okay, maybe this would have been a hard counter to to competitive mode. Draw 3. I got Squirrel Girl. Make the call. Square it off. Okay, that's good. Got Mansion to draw us a card into cat-like reflexes. Oh, she's going to really like Auto. Yeah. She should always run Auto to ready cat head. Right? Like, seems like a really good call for her. Worst case scenario, she's a free ally. Okay. Let's go Genius for Squirrel Girl. 1, 1. 1. 1. I'm going to attack to get rid of stunned. Squirrel Girl is going to attack to take out Cloak, which will ready Tigra. Because of Haunted. We've got Helicarrier, Cat-like and squared off to play Hawkeye. Comes in with some arrows. We've got Make the Call to play Moon Knight. Is Dagger in here? She is not. So I'll grab Cloak. Pull Cloak back out, which Hawkeye will shoot. Stun and confuse. Okay. Got Cersei and Pix. We got Cersei to play Regroup. Tiger is going to attack and take out Hercules. This becomes a face-down boost. She gets to ready. We have Hawkeye is going to hit Goliath. Then Tiger will take out Goliath, and she gets to ready. Moon Knight will thwart 2 here. Take this down to 2. Drew's deck, he managed to do that. It was glorious. Played her 2 attack events on turn 1. Jeez, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, this deck doesn't work as well without Maria and Beast. The 2 cards it's built around. Turns out the deck doesn't work as well if you don't have the cards in the deck. I'm gonna hold on to Make the Call. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna pitch both of these. Oh, Tiger's up. I'll throw one there. All right, let's stand up. It's weird how that happens, right? Tiger's got Rapid Response, Tooth and Claw, Sharp Claws, Med Lab, and White Tiger. Nice. Add 1 here. She's going to attack. I'm going to block with Squirrel Girl. So it's going to be 2, 3, because I forgot to put a counter. I am stunned and get +2. It's enough for Squirrel Girl to die. We've got Falcon attacking. I'm going to block with Moon Knight, who has 1 damage on him. Pull that back. And then Cloak is stunned. Our encounter cards are Dark Designs. We're going to get our Nemesis, which is the Hood. Steady Villainous. After the Hood attacks, place a threat on Criminal Enterprises. And criminal minions cannot take damage. I'm not going to shoot because... Are there any other devs at MCDC? It was just Caleb was there. Yeah. He played a lot of Winter Soldier. And we've got Evil Alliance. The Hood's going to activate. I will block with Hawkeye. So he's attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4. Just going to take out Hawkeye. Then we place a threat on Criminal Enterprise. Yeah, Spider-Woman is just slowing me down. It's like I don't really know what to do here. Cool. I'll draw 3 cards. Square it off. Nick Fury, Tooth and Claw. Okay. Let's go Cathead Amulet to play White Tiger. Regroup is gone. Draw 3. We got Energy, Tooth and Claw, Feline Senses. Spider-Woman feels like a Galaxy's Most Wanted villain. Just make it stop. Okay. There's nothing in the encounter deck in terms of minions. I'm going to go Helicarrier to play Moon Knight. I'm going to actually go grab Dagger because it's a When Revealed effect. We can just keep those out. How am I out of Confused tokens? There it is. Stunning Confused there. Having someone on Tiger's team that can kill a hunted minion off turn is fun. Get you an extra ready. Yeah. Yeah. I am still going. Woo! I'm going to attack to get rid of stun. Okay. Let's go Mansion to draw me a card into Strength. Okay. How many cards? We got 4. Okay, so Strength Energy will play Nick. Draw me 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Squared off, we'll play Feline Senses to remove the Confuse. We've got Tooth and Claw for free. First one will knock the tough, second one will push. So she gets an encounter card, and she cannot take any more damage. Okay. We got 4 threat off of a scheme with Precinct HQ when I flip down. White Tiger and Moon Knight can take out Hood. So we're going to have Nick go ahead and thwart this down to 3. And then we can clear with Precinct HQ and be good there. I'm going to use... I'm going to hold Tooth and Claw. I have another Tooth and Claw. Jeez. I'm going to hold those. We got a Rapid Response and a Hawkeye to play Squirrel Girl. Deal damage to everything. Got Feline Senses and Sharp Claws. Got the Tooth and Claws in hand. A Med Lab. I'll hold Rapid Response. I'm going to use Sharp Claws and Feline Med Lab to play Feline Senses to remove 3 threat here. And stun Falcon. I feel like in the dev meeting room after pitching Galaxy Most Wanted, someone burst into the room. All the devs find Red Skull. That's good. Okay. I'm going to flip down. Precinct HQ will remove 4 threat from here. I got White Tiger and Moon Knight. We'll take out the hood. Yeah. And then Squirrel Girl. We'll thwart New Avengers. Did I go through my deck twice, or should I have resolved that last time? Probably resolved that last time. Oh well. Okay. Pitch Rapid Response and stand up. We've got a Make the Call, which is beautiful. Squared off, hunted, nice. And a cat-like reflexes. Got 1. Spider-Woman's going to scheme for 3 plus a boost. 4. Just 4. That takes us to 5. And all of our minions are confused. We got 3 cards. First up, Light Force. Heal 3 damage from the enemy leader. She's at full and take 3 indirect damage. I'll go 2 on Nick and then 1 on Moon Knight because Nick's going to go away regardless. Got Sinister Strike. Place a pursuit counter. And then Surge. Also, that's 2. Madam Mask. Place 2 threat on Criminal Underworld. Otherwise, find it and reveal it. Okay. And then we've got Exhaustion Surge. Exhaust our identity. Cloak and Dagger. Heal 3 damage from the enemy leader and give it a tough status card. Wow. Okay. Go Mansion to draw a card. Into a regroup. There it is. Yikes. Okay. Well, Precinct HQ will, I think, clear Cloak and Dagger. It's going to give her a tough. Okay. Flip up to Tigra. Actually, I'm going to go grab a Hunted. I'm going to go Cathead Amulet and a Squared Off to play Make the Call to bring Nick back into play. I will draw Cersei, Sharp Claws, Rapid Response. Helicarrier in a regroup. Okay, feels good. So we have 3 attacks minimum, and then we have 4 blockers. So let's play two Tooth and Claws. These are free. So the first one's going to knock the tough, and then we have 12 damage. So there's 11 down to 9. Do we have this actually? 2, 4, 6, 7. I think we actually have this. Hunted will play Rapid Response. I'll attack here for 2. White Tiger will Rapid Response in. 4, 6, 8, 9. We just had lethal in hand. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Well, we're going to play this deck again with the actual cards that are supposed to be in the deck. Oops. Yeah, so the idea is that, one, I want to put another regroup in here. I need to put... I actually may not put Beast in here, but I do want to put probably a Kalu and Maria. And then that's going to allow me to basically pull out and not worry if these are stunned, and then always trigger regroup. And so you can just block and pull all these back to hand and then play them all again. And because like White Tiger will draw 2 to 3 cards, so she basically pays for herself. Nick basically pays for himself. And then Squirrel Girl deals the damage. It's kind of fun. It works really well in multiplayer because you can just block for everybody. But yeah, sweet. Well, good stuff. I'm going to head out because I realized that in 2 hours I'm going to be on Brant's channel. So I will be back in Step Into the Portal's channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to do another kind of recap video with a couple other content creators. And so that's going to be, I think, about an hour. So hop on. And we're going to be talking, not Con of Heroes, I'm sorry, MCDC. We're going to be talking about MCDC again. So make sure that you hop on. And then I think I'm going to try and be back either Thursday or Friday. I'm going to post on the community page exactly when that's going to be. But I think I want to run through a couple more Hulkling games. And then I'm going to be ready to do his hero review. And so just check the community page for the timing on that. Link the stream or channel. Yeah. It's Step Into the Portal. I'm not at my computer. That's the problem. It's Step Into the Portal on YouTube. And so, definitely go give them a follow. They do a lot of like 4-player games. That's kind of what they do a lot of, is 4-player games. Awesome. Well, thank you all so very much for hanging out. Hope you all enjoyed. I had so much fun talking about, MCDC and playing some games. So hope you all have a fantastic rest of your evening, and I hope to see you all in just 2 hours over on Brant's channel. Again, Step Into the Portal. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see. Oh, perfect. It did a link. Sometimes it doesn't allow you to put links in there. So thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Awesome. See you around. Peace.